How you doing, Brendo? Just give me but a moment. YouTube is taking its time to boot up. YouTube is really there. It is. There it is. Let's move that over here. Do that. Hang on. Let me adjust this a little bit. No, I did not mean that. I did not mean that. Have I seen Platinum? I have. It's interesting. I think it's worth a watch. Let me just pin the Twitch there. Excellent. How you doing, Brenda? We're doing good. We're doing all right. Busy, very busy time right now. But I figured I'd make time for however long live we can go. Afternoon, Gunther. It reminds me of Death Note. I mean, I guess ish. I could find some commonalities there, but like I think it's a pretty different vibe. It's similar but different. Yeah, just the detective aspect. I mean, I would actually say the detective aspect isn't even one of the things I think of when I think of Platinum End. I was thinking of more just the darker tone and atmosphere, and like the gods or angels uh, or in this case, you know, like they're granted supernatural abilities from like angels and gods and all that. There we go. All Might or Might Guy for what purpose? I like Might Guy more. How they try to figure stuff out. Yeah, I guess, but like figuring stuff out does not make you a detective. And like I guess they're playing detective, but like that's not really saying much. What are we talking about? Well, pretty much anything. Well, mostly anime related subjects. But it's kind of open table, so I'm just talking about Platinum End. Have I seen? I'm sorry, I don't talk about series like that. I like your cut. Well, thank you. Favorite anime genre? Cozy stuff the most. Death Note. What do I think about Death Note? I like the first half. Kind of loses me in the second half. I finished it still multiple times. It's just first half is good. The new Dragon Ball remake. I mean, did I see the trailer? Yes, I did see the trailer for it. Hell's Paradise. I'm enjoying it so far. Black Clover is your top three new gen. I mean, I like Black Clover. I don't even think that's a hot take. Black Clover is extremely popular. So like, I don't know, man. I feel like people think their takes are hot. They're really not that hot. Do I like spin-offs? I mean, depends what you mean. Are we talking like Sinbad? Like Adventures of Sinbad? In that case, yes. Should I watch Haikyuu? I mean, I liked it. I liked it enough to watch it three times. I haven't seen it. I mean, of course you haven't seen it yet. I mean, oh, you haven't watched the trailer yet. Uh, it didn't blow me away. Like the trailer was nothing special. It was just like, okay, cool, it's coming back, nice. It didn't do anything like, oh my god, this is crazy. Which anime would I prefer, continuing Ippo or Hunter x Hunter or Vinland? The thing is, Vinland is already, we know Vinland is probably going to come back. Ippo and Hunter x Hunter are most likely not. So I would say Ippo. Why do I prefer Zoro over Sanji? Because I like Zoro more than Sanji. Like Sanji is an annoying perv who nearly dies from nosebleeds in the anime, specifically in the anime, and he hasn't really been like a top tier character for me since Mr. Prince. Ippo's Dang Fire, I would agree. Currently watching Nakamega Kill, I enjoyed it. Who doesn't what? I mean, prefers Zoro over Sanji. People like different characters, and that's okay. My favorite anime is okay. I'm gonna ignore you. Zoro is the goat. I like Zoro. He's cool. I did right. I did what? What are you talking about? What's the biggest fraud in HNI? The biggest fraud? And I don't even know what HNL is or HNI. What's the bird guy? Shangri La Frontier. You put a girl. Okay, Ari, you're getting annoying. Stop it. Any live actions I especially like? The only live action I've enjoyed to this point was One Piece, but I've only seen like two or three. So like I'm really not the live action expert. Favorite thing to do? Eat. I made a character too strong. No such thing. I think Hajime no Ippo is not the most inspiring. I is one of, if not the most inspiring. If you mean like motivational, like you watch it and you get excited to go do things, then I could understand that. Zoro is Luffy's best friend. He deserves props. I mean, Zoro deserves props not just because of that. He just does a lot of awesome stuff. I just like him because he's cool. Yamato's the coolest for me. I mean, Yamato's awesome. Yamato's awesome, objectively. Uh, okay, come on, okay, yogurt. You got to if you're gonna do rage baiting, you just gotta step it up a bit because the whole Goku's the strongest character ever. It's been done to death, man. Come on. Have I seen Stranger Things? No, because I dropped it. Black Clover opinions. I'm a fan. I'm a fan. I don't think Yamato was wasted potential. They did really good on Wano, and we'll see them again. They're not in a position where they could leave Wano right now. Have you read Blue? Like red? Have I read Red Blue? I have no idea what that is. The only Red Blue that I know is Red versus Blue. Do I think Aokiji will leave Blackbeard's crew? I've seen no sign of that happening. Conan, thoughts on MHA in the top 10? Not for me. I'm an MHA fan, but it's not in my top 10. Not that I have a top 10. How you doing, Orange? It's an MMA manga, so I don't really read manga. I'm more of an anime person, but go for it, I guess. How about the new anime Sentenced to Be a Hero? I think it's showing pretty good potential right now. Fortunately, nobody sees. What's my top five? I don't have a top five. I don't know if I'll ever have a top five. I don't know. What do I think about Straw Hats need to be Blackbeard's crew? I mean, I do think Straw Hats will eventually fight Blackbeard's crew, yes, and they will win. Favorite philosopher? I don't really. I'm gonna go with Shikamaru, even though he's not a philosopher. He says some pretty philosophical things. Top five arcs in One Piece: Wano, Marineford, Enies Lobby. How controversial do I want to get? And then maybe like Dress Rose. I mean, Dress Rosa Thriller Bark. Maybe I'll think on the last two. Just started One Piece. Any things I should look out for? Everything comes back. Pretty much almost everything holds relevance. Uh, Also, I would say my biggest advice would be not to burn yourself out. Like, don't feel like you have to catch up in 1 week, like in a few weeks, because like anime fatigue is real. Imagine being able to change your body shape and size with nanotech. Yeah, I don't. Well, the thing is, that wouldn't really pan out in real life. Like, that doesn't work. So, like, you'd have to do some sci-fi things to make that work. Nope, I don't have Netflix. Have I watched Moriarty? I have not. Best written character? No idea. Courage or Teen Titans? Oh. Courage the Cowardly Dog or Teen Titans? I think I might take Courage. I might take Courage. I might take Courage the Cowardly Dog. Is it weird I like Impel Down? I like Impel Down too. It could be your favorite arc. Anime fatigue is absolutely real, for sure. Especially when anime had a lot of dark times. I mean, I felt that way with AOT because I'm a wholesome, happy-go-lucky guy. So like when it's always dark all the time, it kind of wears me down. Do I like Teen Titans Go? Absolutely not. Do I find any anime overrated? I don't look at ratings. So like I don't. In order for something to be under or overrated, there must be a comparison between your perspective and some other perspective. I don't look at ratings. You can ask me my thoughts on any show though. We're getting some mid animes coming out now. I'm enjoying a lot of stuff though. I'm enjoying Sentenced to Be a Hero. I'm enjoying Fate. I'm enjoying Trigun. I haven't caught up to the current Trigun. I'm enjoying Journal of a Witch. So like, there's a lot of good stuff. Have I ever watched Evangelion? Tried to, couldn't do it. One Piece pacing is so bad. I would agree it has bad pacing. It's a good thing it's going seasonal now though. You are my low day cabal. I don't know what that means, but thank you, I guess. And MHA stopped. One Punch Man is slow. Yes, MHA is done. I had a great time with it. One Punch Man, yeah, the last season was kind of eh. What can you do? It happens. There's still plenty of good stuff, though. How many animes do I know like Shangri-La Frontier? I know a couple besides SAO. Like there's Log Horizon's a really good one. Galactic Heroes, haven't seen it yet. You love the song from Evangelion, but I can't watch it. You know what? People like different things. And so, yeah, sometimes an anime you don't like still makes good music. When do I think One Piece will end? Within the next decade. Bleach thoughts? I'm a Bleach fan. Should I watch To Your Eternity? I'm not enjoying the current season, but the past two seasons were really good. Nana, I couldn't do it either. I dropped it. I didn't like the characters. The animation kind of irked me, but like the story was fine. Like the story concept was fine, but I didn't like anybody. Thorfinn or Eren? Thorfinn, easily. Ippo is top notch. I'd agree. Teen Titans what was the show when you were not tuning that off for any show. Teen Titans was the show when you what? Uh, was not. I'm not sure if I understand what you meant there. Can I play One Piece on my phone? I don't know any One Piece mobile games, so I don't know. When are you going to stream tomorrow? Tomorrow is Saturday. Tomorrow probably at night because I'm busy all day. I feel Attack on Titan and Vinland Saga are very similar in some aspects, yes, in some aspects, no. What's my opinion on Naruto as an MC? I like Naruto. He's cool. What is the oldest anime I've watched? Astro Boy. Law of Weki is gas. I've been saying it for years. It is. It's great. Slugterra, haven't seen it, but I'm familiar with it. How close is the power gap between one time skip Zoro and Luffy? Because people say it's closer than you think. Well, here's the thing. I'm not really the power scaling guy. Sometimes I do versus videos just because people keep asking for them and will views pay my rent. But really, I don't care about who's stronger than who. Are they relative? I think they're similar, but I think Luffy's stronger for sure. I don't have a house. I have an apartment. What did I think about To Your Eternity Season 3? I'm struggling to finish it, honestly. Who would win in a chess matchup, Shikamaru or Meruem? Honestly, I'd probably bet on Meruem. As much as I love Shikamaru, I think it might go to Meruem. Have I watched The Ideal Gas Equation? I have no idea what that is. The genre is completely overwhelming. Just Naruto has. Yeah, well, actually, if you're counting Boruto, then it's over 720 episodes. Though a lot of it is filler, which, you can count it or not, up to you. But yes, it's 720. Okay, Mega Kill, it's pretty good. One Piece or Conan pacing? One Piece's pacing is better. As sad as it is, it's better. What do I think about the strongest anime character ever? It doesn't exist. One Piece or Conan pacing? Is it worth watching Lord of Mysteries? I haven't seen it. Vinland Saga's Peak? I would agree, it's pretty solid. Can I get an underrated anime in romance? So, like, I'm going to ignore the fact I don't like the term. I'm just going to say a good romance that people don't talk. I'm going to say Gosek. I don't think Gosek gets enough attention. Have I watched ReZero? Yes. I just finished Vinland Saga. I cried at least 3 times. I don't think I cried to it, but it's a good series, for sure. Dandanon I couldn't do, not because of the story, not because of the animation or the music, which was all good, by the way. I just don't like anybody. Is One Piece a political anime? If you don't think it is, then I don't know what you're watching. Or maybe you never watched it. I don't know. If you haven't watched it, it very much is. Is Tensura Endgame good? I haven't. Tensura's. What, you mean the manga? I don't. Because the anime is still ongoing. I didn't read the light novel. He keeps ignoring you? Yes. No, I'm not actually ignoring anybody. Unless you're talking about something I don't want to talk about, then I might ignore that. Best villain of the last 5 years? I have no idea at all. Just ask straightforward to offense. Oh, don't worry. I take no offense from anything. You could say I'm a doo-doo head. I still wouldn't take offense. Favorite One Piece villain and why? Might be Doflamingo, possibly. I just like the strategic, intelligent types, and Doflamingo is definitely strategic and intelligent. I like the more calm, rational types, even though he does have quite a nasty temper. Most One Piece villains do. Have I watched Real Life? I'm pretty sure yes. Yes, I did. Have I seen Ghost Stories? I'm familiar with most of it. Do I like ReZero? Yes. Gachikuta? Yes. You like more of a hero vibe or villain? Depends on how it's done. Because I'm down for both. A good villain or a good hero could be excellent. So like I like Johan more than Doctor Tenma, but I also really I like Deku more than Shigaraki. It depends on the series, depends on the character. I like Meruem more than Gon. Is dude gender neutral? Kind of, yeah. I think you can use a dude in a gender neutral term. Have I seen Garo go against Lord Orochi? I've seen every episode of the anime. I've seen every episode of the anime. How you doing, Hussam? Welcome back. I've tried every fruit. I have not tried every fruit. He's definitely ignoring me. I don't think I am actually. Obito over Naruto. I could see why you might say that. I mean, I think I'm still Team Naruto. Inosuke or Tanjiro? I'd say maybe Inosuke. Yeah, probably Inosuke. Favorite anime? I don't know. I'm just gonna say Brotherhood to give you guys an answer because I don't know. Frankie or Brooke? I will choose Brooke. Uh, yeah, I'll choose Brooke. Do I think with power scaling being adjusted, Deku could destroy Tanjiro? I don't. I think that question is nonsense for multiple reasons. Because what do you mean adjusted? Also, I really don't care for the verses. Maybe I should try and be nicer. Maybe I should try and be nicer. Why do you guys like genuine question? Actually, let me try and be more insightful on this. Why do you guys care so much about who beats who? Genuine question. That's not me being like rude. I genuinely don't understand the appeal. Takamura is the best. I don't remember who that is. What do I think about Code Geass? Great story. Didn't enjoy the anime. Couldn't finish it. Bro, getting rage baited? No, I'm genuinely because I get asked versus questions all the time, and I just can't understand the appeal at all. I can't grasp any reason to have an interest in it. Are you watching JJK? Yes, though I'm one episode behind. Yes, Ippo is great. Nobody solos anything. In 2026, the best year of isekais. Nope, I do not think so. Which anime would take over Avatar? I don't know what you mean by that question. Why people are okay with Brooke being a pervert, but Sanji is because of the. Here's the thing. I think Brooke's a great character. I think that his perverted moments take away from his character. I do not like his panty jokes. So you didn't really ask me what I thought about it. You just assumed that I forgive Brooke but not Sanji. The thing is, Sanji takes it way further than Brooke does. In the anime, anyway. Dude nearly dies from a nosebleed. He gets launched into the air repeatedly every time he sees a pretty girl. It's too much. It's too much. He becomes a literal dog all the time. Do I like Shrek? I feel like if I say no, people are gonna get mad. So I'll say no. I like the first movie, and I think the second. I don't think I've watched the third. Did I watch the third? I think I saw the third. One and two are better. I always love your video. Thank you. I just one question: should I watch Horimiya? I think Horimiya is very good. Why do I not like Shrek? It's not that. I think it's because that it's more the way people act around it. When you have any series that's constantly shoved in your face, whether it's a meme or like forcing you to watch it or whatever, it becomes exhausting and annoying. So, I'm sure you've had a fan of a series that people just get in your face constantly about it and you just become exhausted with it. So, that's I got burnout. Thank you, Noah. I appreciate that. Currently, I bet on Law. How you doing, Zored? What's good? Steins Gate or AOT? AOT. Bro's missing out on Peak again, dude. I'm not missing out on anything. Love and Lies? I don't know that one actually. Want to work on anime? No, I don't want to work on an anime. I have no desire to work on an anime. I'm not. I have no computer skills. I'm not a writer. I'm at least not a script writer or it's not my thing. It's not my thing. I have no desire. I'm not a voice actor. It's just I'm an anime enthusiast. Thank you, Inosuke. I appreciate that. How long did it take you to watch One Piece? I've been up to date since the beginning. JoJo's, I'm finished part 4. Masamune Kun's Revenge, didn't like it. I think I dropped it. Have I watched Hell's Paradise? Yes. JoJo's? Yes, I've seen it. Conan or Zuko? Okay, Anas, come on, man. Anas, you gotta stop. You gotta stop now. Best One Piece arc or Marineford? Wano. I'm going to go with Wano. Marineford is second best for me. Code Geass, that wasn't for me. Your Name, solid movie. GTO's Great Teacher Onizuka, I'm not going to watch it. I'm not falling for anything Anas. I'm just, do I have to time you out, man? Just stop. Kirito versus Sunraku, I don't really know or frankly care. I'm sorry, I'm just not a power scaling guy. What would I rate Hell's Paradise? Probably like a low eights, low to mid eights. Which anime did you force watch and end up liking it? Never. Not once has that ever happened. Anytime I try to force my way through a series, it has been a miserable experience 100% of the time. Have I seen Saga of Tanya? I have not. I know what it is though. Hawkery drama? Don't know that one. Fight You After School? I'm not in school. I finished school years ago. I'm not a kid. Which anime you can recommend this season? Sentenced to be a Hero, Journal of a Witch, Fate. What else? Yeah, those would probably be my top three this season. The more you sweat the practice, the less you bleed in battle. You hype for JJK new episode? I haven't seen it. I'll see it on Saturday. What is your favorite arc in One Piece? Wano. Thoughts on JJK season 3? It's pretty good. Have you seen One Piece? Yes, I have. I'm up to date on the anime. It is pretty great. Is Demon Slayer in my top 10? Not even remotely close. Do I enjoy it? Sure, but top 10? I don't even have a top 10, but if I did, it wouldn't even be in my top 50. Like, I know it wouldn't be in my top 50. Who's stronger? I don't know, because John Kyson, I think I've seen a picture of. I don't even remember who that is. I sleep on Journal of the Witch. Gonna check that one. So Journal of a Witch is more of a wholesome-ish slice of life about a girl who lost her mom and goes to live with her aunt, and the aunt was not on good terms with the with her sister. But the main message of the anime, which I think was perfectly executed, was that how you feel is entirely up to you, and it's basically the freedom to express and feel the emotions that you have. It's a very beautiful way of like just teaching emotional intelligence and respect. What are your thoughts on Hero Academia? I think it's really good. Best isekai I've seen, Dragon Ball, Digimon. Sorry. Do I like any ecchi? No, no, nada. Naruto, it's solid. Have I watched Mushoku Tensei? I dropped it after I couldn't deal with Rudius. Made in Abyss, I have only seen one episode. Favorite character in Demon Slayer, Guillaume. Togenanki, haven't seen it yet. Code Geass, I couldn't finish it. Have I watched DxD? Again, I dropped it. Could not deal with it. I like your videos. Thank you, Samim. I appreciate that. We need that wholesome yeah, I need wholesome stuff in the mix. At all points in time, I at least have one wholesome series. Always. Gotta have one. Bro has not finished anything. I have finished over 900 series, so I beg to differ. Brotherhood, any thoughts? It's absolutely fantastic. Why couldn't I finish Code Geass? Because I was falling asleep every single time. I tried 3 times, forced myself to finish season 1, I gave up, couldn't do it. At what point in your life were you watching Conan and thinking it was bad at the time? I thought it was bad every time. I regret ever seeing it. Do I have any My Anime List? Or yes, I do. It's set to private though, but I do have a MAL. Odd Taxi, great series. Why is Guillaume your favorite character? Because he is a very intelligent, wholesome Jack teddy bear. He's wise. He's compassionate. He's gentle, but also fiercely strong. And I love his aesthetic as well. What opinion on Record of Ragnarok? I dropped it at season 2. You guys are just naming series that I dropped. I'm sorry. Who is your favorite revolutionary? Kuma. My favorite anime is Vinland Saga. I think it's fantastic. Gantz, I don't think I've seen. I think I may have seen a bit of it. Not even sure. If I dropped it, it was either really weird or really boring. One of the two every time. Have I finished One Piece? Nobody has. If you mean I'm up to date, then yes. Rag was buns? Yeah, I felt the same way. What is One Piece's endgame? Probably the final fight with Emu. the destruction of the current world government establishment. So either it will be taken down or restructured in some degree, and then maybe we'll get some post-war, like, you know, like some like either like shortly after or years down the road, and we'll see like where everybody's at, and the story will end. Records of Ragnarok season 3 was the best. Well, I couldn't get there. Do I like Dragon Ball? Yes, depending on which part. I do think Fairy Tail is worth watching, though I do think some arcs are really good, some arcs were really not so good. How close is Zoro to Mihawk? I don't think he's close just yet. Because Zoro did narrowly beat King, but he also was severely wounded going into that fight, so you got to give him some credit. But still, I think Mihawk is still not. I think the Mihawk's still further ahead. And also, Zoro hasn't even mastered Conquerors. He hasn't even realized that he has Conquerors. So, like, Blood's ignoring you. I'm not ignoring anybody. It's just I can't see every comment, or I can't respond to them all. Thoughts on the new sentence we hear? I think it's pretty good. Sakuraso no Ashimoto? I have no idea what that is. For a second, I thought you were writing Sakuraso Pet no Kanojo, and I know that one. Have I watched Black and the Owner? That sounds like a really sketchy series. Watch Gintama, couldn't finish it. Guys are just naming series I can't finish. After season 3, do I think One Punch Man could make a comeback? I think people are. You could. It could. It's just like people are still going to be disappointed and frustrated, but you could make a comeback. How about horror? Gakugarashi? Have I read? No, I do not read anything. I'm sorry. What arc do I like in Dragon Ball and why? The Android Saga, because it's the most interesting story and most interesting villains. I think Cell is my favorite. I love Android 17 and 18 as well. And then you also get the best form of Trunks, and you get to see the best form of Gohan. In flashbacks anyway. Is To Your Eternity? I do not think To Your Eternity is that underrated. It is mainstream shonen, and if it's mainstream, how really underrated could it be? I have respect for you that you make very fun videos. I'm glad you enjoy them. The best anime song? It depends on what kind of vibe I'm going for, though. I like different songs for different reasons. So, like, am I trying to feel hyped? Am I trying to feel relaxed? Am I trying to feel cozy? Erased? It's pretty good. Predictable and a little rushed at the end, but good. How would I feel if said Gohan Future is in the top 5 best friend anime characters? I don't put him there. You can have any top 5 that you want. So, like, I'm never going to get mad at someone else's top 5 or top list. Like, people like different things. Your filter shorts are very fun. I'm glad you enjoy them. Thanks, man, for the horror anime. How about camping anime? So, if we're talking about it depends what you mean by camping. Because, like, if you mean like campfire cooking, then absolutely. If you mean like literal camping, I did watch like one pure camping anime. I never finished it, but campfire cooking is probably the best one I can give you. How you doing, Cam? Worst arc in Avatar? Where was I bored in Avatar? I didn't really have a great time in like the swamplands. Maybe the swamp, or maybe maybe the swamplands. Farming Life in Another World is the best. I haven't seen it yet. And what is my top 5 characters include St. Charlos? I don't have a top 5. We all gonna glaze Shangri-La Frontier? I won't glaze it. Like, I enjoy it, but I'll call out what it does wrong. 86, haven't seen it yet. Give me an anime after watching Solo Leveling, please. I assume you're going to want something similar because you didn't give me any context at all. So I'll say Shangri-La Frontier. Farming Life in the World is the best camping anime. Would I rather wake up in AOT or Chainsaw Man? Probably Chainsaw Man. I love your opinions. Well, thank you. I appreciate that. You got to go. It's 2:30 a.m. Yeah, go get some sleep, dude. Get some sleep. That's too late. Solo Leveling, and what are you looking forward to? Black Clover and Bleach are at the top of my list. Also Shangri-La, and what else? The new Assassination Classroom movie. There's that. I love the bunny from the bunny's fun. I assume you mean I assume you mean Sunraku's companion, not like because there's the entire bunny village, right? So there's many, but I assume you mean that one. First anime I've seen was Dragon Ball. Oshinoko, still need to watch. Lord of Mysteries, have not seen. How you doing, Anna? Hell's Paradise, pretty good. Would I rather be an S rank in One Punch Man or Solo Leveling? Uh, well, here's the thing. I'd say, like, the S ranks in Solo Leveling are cooler, but the S rank in One Punch Man, see, like, I guess it depends on what am I doing and how strong am I, because I'd say One Punch Man is safer. Have I watched Gosick? I have seen it twice. Thought, what are you watching right now? I'm watching like 15 different series, so quite a handful of stuff. Fate, Journal of a Witch, To Your Eternity, Dungeon Meshi. Do I read One Piece? No, I don't. Which is why a lot of you guys call me out on things in my videos when I simply have not seen it because it's not animated yet. Which show has an ending comparable to Avatar's Fullmetal Alchemist? Who is the worst? There is no worst anime. If I don't like it, I just stop watching it. Favorite JoJo's character? Josuke or Jotaro. Link Click, still need to watch. What do I prefer, TV or anime? It's the same stuff. Like, here's the thing. I know this might sound crazy to you. Anime and TV is the same to me. Like, whether it's like non-animated or animated, it's the same thing. I watch anime to have fun. I watch TV to have fun. So really, they do the same thing. It's just different mediums. How you doing, Asia? Favorite anime villain? Probably Meruem would be my guess. Golden Kamuy, I finished the second season, so I'm not quite up to date. The screen just changed. Hang on, my bad. It wasn't locked for some reason. There we go. Let me lock that. Let me lock the camera. Okay, we fixed it. I recommend you read One Piece. I'm probably not going to. Maybe I'll do it if I feel like it and if I have the time. But you know what? Wait, today I don't have my headset with me, and maybe I'll do a little bit. It depends. Might read a little bit today, but no promises. Do I listen to music? I'm not against listening to music. It's just I haven't listened to music in almost a year. Link Click, haven't seen. Hell's Paradise, I'm up to date. Yes, I watched JoJo's. Is MHA good? I think it's pretty good. And Parasite and JJK. Yes, I enjoy all of those. And Death Note as well. Kira or L, I will choose L. Favorite manga? I've only read like half a dozen manga. I really don't have a lot of context there. So, like, I'm not the best manga critiquer. Win for adding Shangri-La. I actually have multiple green screens over on TikTok that I rotate between. So you'll see multiple different series over the days. Have I seen Topped Podcast? I have no idea what that is. I only listen to a couple of podcasts. What do I think is the best fight in Hunter x Hunter? For me, it's probably for me, it might be. It's not going to be on Greed Island. You know what? Maybe Kurapika versus Uvogin. That's a favorite of mine. Can one character in the series make you drop the series? Mushoku Tensei, Rudius. I dropped it because of him. Like, I like the rest of the story. Should I watch JoJo's? I had a good time. I'm having a good time with JoJo's. Do I think Asta and Noelle should be together? No, at least not currently. What's wrong with Rudius? He's a pedophile. What do I think of ReZero and Subaru? I like them. I like it, the MC and the story. Both are good. Zoro versus King or Luffy versus Doflamingo? Okay? You know what? This is going to get controversial because I also like Zoro more than Luffy, but I think I had more fun with Luffy versus Doflamingo. I think I had more fun with Luffy versus Doflamingo because like that when Luffy lost, like when Luffy got angry and said like when he described that feeling of suffocation because like Doflamingo like entrapped and enslaved and just like made everyone miserable. The feeling in his voice and the impact of that fight and and then seeing the relief of everyone around him once the fight was over, like I think that just hit so much harder for me. What's your favorite JoJo's character, Josuke or Jotaro? Which character from Demon Slayer do I like? Guillaume. Zero vs. King, better animation was amazing. Here's the thing. I don't care about that. Like, it was the animation great? Okay. But there's more to a fight than animation. There's more to a series than animation. So, like, I don't care what was the prettiest. I care what I had the most fun with. Best fraud, Hercule or King? Uh, honestly, here's actually no, I'm gonna say King, and here's my argument for that. Hercule is a fraud, but at the same time, he's not. Because if you take away the Z fighters, if you take away like Yamcha, Tien, Chaozu, Goku, if you take away all the freakishly powerful characters, I know I counted Chaozu in there, but you get the point. If you look at just regular, normal fighters, Hercule did win the World's Martial Arts Tournament. He is legitimately strong by human standards. King literally just happened to be at the right spot that he got the credit. Have I seen Germans and the camps? You mean have I been to like Auschwitz? Then no. Brotherhood is the best anime ever. I think it's pretty amazing. Best anime, Black Clover or JJK? I prefer Black Clover personally. I think when I watched Infinity Castle, I was hype. Oxen vs. Gi was mind blowing. So I enjoyed Infinity Castle, but I was actually suffering through it a bit. I think it did a lot wrong. I think the pacing was pretty bad. I don't know why, but I like Sukuna more than Gojo. I also like Sukuna more than Gojo. Have I ever tried the Orb? I have not seen Orb. Take on one with the bird mask, Shangri-La Frontier. I think it's pretty solid. I do have some complaints, but I still recommend it often. Should you crash out at the One Piece? Should you crash out if the One Piece was? Yes. Who had the most brutal death in Naruto? Probably Jiraiya for me. For me, it's probably Jiraiya. Thank you, Kinoko, for the follow. I appreciate that. You guys should follow on Twitch as well, by the way. I'm trying to grow my Twitch platform a bit more. I have been to Auschwitz, such as a sad place. I would imagine it's a very sad place. Let me finish. Well, I was just teasing. What time is it right now? 1:43. Favorite shonen? I don't have a favorite shonen. Or I don't have a favorite shonen MC. I've seen way too many shonens. Who's winning? Me, obviously. Orb the Movement of the Earth. Haven't seen it yet. I don't know why, but I like Kazuma more than Subaru because people like different characters. And you know what? I think it's a good idea to try and figure out why you like certain things or don't like certain things. But ultimately, at the end of the day, if you like someone different than people might expect, there's nothing wrong with that. The latest frontier for anime right now? If you mean like a new series that's out right now that's kind of a standout, probably Sentenced to be a Hero. What I crash out at the One Piece is the friends you made along the way, except it isn't. Oda already confirmed that it isn't. So like that's just that's an impossibility. He already said it wouldn't be. What anime do I think is the best in the big three? If we're talking anime exclusive, not story, not manga, just the anime, I would go with Naruto. What the hell was Kirara's technique? I don't even remember who Kirara is. How long do I stream? Until my phone dies. I'm not even kidding. That's like our usual thing. We go live until our phone is dead. But our Twitch streams are always about 2 hours from 10 a.m. To 12 p.m. Eastern Standard, 5 days a week. You should follow me there. I want to talk about One Piece hate. I mean, if you hate One Piece, that's okay. I won't get mad at you. FMA or AOT, FMA. Grimgar, still haven't seen it. Thank you for the follow, MM. I appreciate that. What is your charge? What's my phone at? 55%. Hypothetically, if it was, here's the thing. Would I be disappointed? Sure. Would I crash out? Not really. Just because I think crashing out over an anime is just not really my thing. Like, at most, I get disappointed, or like, that I just don't crash out over a series, regardless of what it does. That's so lame to hate on. I don't really hate on anything. Grimgar I hate on Conan because it's funny. Jobless is up there for me. I cannot finish Jobless. What part of JoJo's am I on? I have not yet started 5. JJK or Demon Slayer, terms of animation, then animation, Demon Slayer. Story, JJK. Avatar, element of your choice, probably Wind, I imagine. Or Alchemy. I mean, Alchemy is I mean, I guess there's different alchemists who specialize in different things, right? I'd probably be a food alchemist. I'd turn. I'd be an alchemist who uses it. I'd be a cook alchemist. The oldest anime I've seen was Astro Boy. Just let people enjoy what they want. Exactly the right idea. I've been dunking Demon Slayer for years because of the bandwagon. Is it worth the time? So, like, here's the thing. I think it's fun. I think it's fun. Do I think it's the greatest series ever? No. Is it pretty? Yeah. Uh, I think it's more than just the animation. I don't think it's carried solely by that. I do think it's genuinely worth watching. I don't think it's a masterpiece. I don't think it's perfect, but I think it's worthwhile. I think it's worth getting into. Code Geass was not for me. Bakuno, I don't remember if I've seen it. I don't think I have. Opinion on Berserk? I like Berserk. Favorite non-squad member character from Mass Effect? Non-squad member. Okay, that's actually a good question because I love Mass Effect. I love Mass Effect. You know what? Do I go with Joker? Do I? Oh, Do I go with Joker or do I go with what's his face? Uh, Good question. Okay, let me think on it. Let me think on it because that's a good question. Um, because I like Joker. I like Anderson. I Maybe it's Anderson. I'm gonna say Anderson is a temporary answer. I'll think on it. What do I think Emu is? I think they're a person. Which I'm sorry, I just don't know much about Emu at this point in the anime. Well, more than the anime as far as the anime goes. Who do I think should have won animation of the Demon Slayer or KBDH? Who do I think should have won? If we're talking about just how pretty it is, wait, what does KPDH stand for again? Sorry, I'm not good with those. Something to JoJo Part Five, best fight in its story. I'll get through it and see myself. Have I watched Dead Demons Dead Day? I have no idea what that is. Super Saiyan Goku versus Tama. I think no. You got no. No, I'm not even getting into that one. Do you prefer light switches, light pull strings, or automatic lights in home bathrooms? To be honest, I actually don't know the difference. So educate me. You know what? Take this moment, educate me. Tell me what the differences are so I learn that and I will answer you. I think Vinland Saga and AOT are two sides of a coin. I think in some aspects. Kind of. There's similarities for sure. Okay. I haven't seen K-pop Demon Hunters. Yeah, I haven't seen K-pop Demon Hunters. I'm bad at like yeah. When you have so many series in your head, especially when I haven't seen them all, like yeah, I never saw it. Light, okay. Pull the string. Oh, not really a huge fan of pull string, so that's out. Did I watch Future Diaries? I have. Heavenly Delusion, haven't seen it yet. Shangri La out of 10, like a low 8, low 8, because the ending of season 2 was okay, but the rest of it was solid. JoJo Stand of My Choice, Harvest. You seen Gurren Lagann? I tried to, couldn't finish. 280 out of 366 episodes of Bleach. Nice job. Nice job. Have I seen Uma Musume? I have not. Did I watch Chainsaw Man? I have. Vinland Saga, the manga, haven't read it. Automatic light is walk in and the light turns on. I feel like that could waste a lot of power potentially, especially if you have a pet that comes in and. Yeah, I'll see what the third one was, but unlikely. Besides the movies, which anime is my favorite? I don't really have a favorite anime. I think I've decided to just pick like Brotherhood as my default fallback answer, just to give you guys something. I think the best anime I watched last year is To Be Hero X. Still haven't seen that one. Dragon Ball News. Yes, I think most of us have seen the news by now. It went pretty viral. Have I watched Kuroko 3 times at least? And light switches, press on the switch and it turns on. Okay, so I'm going to go with light switches. I'm going to go with light switches. Because the string, not really. I don't like things dangling most of the time. Walk in and it turns on. Sounds fancy. I think I'd rather just turn the switch on and off and so I don't waste any power. Thoughts on JJK? I have a good time with it. Favorite anime movie? Probably Digimon Kyuzuna. I know that's probably just bias, but still. Thoughts on JoJo's? I finished part four. It's pretty good. Best AOS. I don't remember any of the like. I don't remember the names of any of the soundtracks from AOT. I remember like what they are, but I don't remember a single one of their names. Brotherhood is so hard to hate on. It's literally perfect. I don't think it's perfect. I actually don't think it's perfect, but for me, it's just I love everything about it. Doraemon and Gojo, no idea. Who do I think in a fight? I'm guys. I'm not a power scaling expert, nor do I understand the interest in these versus questions anyway. So, like, maybe if you guys teach me why you even like these, I don't know how to get into that. I don't think I can. What do I love about Ippo? Oh my god, Ippo! It's very raw, so it's very like just the intensity of it, the learning of the techniques and what like when to do certain things, how it's done, the training methods, the hype of it, the attitude, the character diversities, the motivation you get from watching it. It's just great. Black Clover, really good. Favorite Ippo fight? Ippo versus Sendo, probably. You just watched Helsing for the first time, and oh my god, it's good. I'm glad you enjoyed it. Any slow romance, I got you without no fan service. I got you covered because that is my specialty. That is my specialty. The ice guy and his cool female colleague. Who do I think most broken characters from anime that I've watched? There is no most broken character. It simply does not exist because there are multiple characters who can do literally anything. For example, there is literally a character at the end of Madoka Box who has the power of all fiction, who can make anything fiction. He can make colors fiction. He can make his own death fiction. He can make your powers fiction. He can make your existence fiction. He can literally make anything not exist. It is ridiculous. He literally died and erased his death. Ippo versus Sendo, one or two. I'm gonna go with two, but to be fair, I love the first one as well. Rainbow Nisha Rokubo, no idea what that is. If I love Ippo, I will eventually get to Ashito no Joe. I promise you that. I just don't say when. And the most controversial One Piece character, you mean controversial as in like controversial to like, who goes against the norms? Like, you could say that Ivankov and Bon Clay are controversial. You could say that like liking Charlos or Spondum is controversial. So it depends what you mean. How you doing, Xavier? Is Naruto a good first anime? It can be. It's a bit dense. It's a bit like it's a lot of content, but it could be a good first anime. I watched it as a kid. Should I skip filler in Naruto? Entirely up to you. I would say if you only care about following the main story, you don't need to watch it. If you're not enjoying the content, like if you're not enjoying the filler, you could simply skip it. But if you're having a great time, you're not in any rush, you want to see all there is to see, then go for it. I heard they are making a Five Nights at Freddy's anime series. I never got into Five Nights at Freddy's, so I don't really know much about what's going on there. AOT or JJK? I personally enjoy JJK more. And how did I feel about Andromeda? Actually, fun fact. I just bought Andromeda on sale. It's on sale right now on Steam. I picked it up. So once we finish, we're currently streaming New Vegas and then Fallout 3 Game of the Year Edition. Once we finish those, we're going to play Andromeda. Because I never finished it as a kid. We're going to finish it now. Do I think Sukuna did anything bad? You mean the mass murderer Sukuna? Yeah. Is too good. I'm watching at 2:55 a.m. I do make sure you get your sleep though. New Vegas hasn't been treating so like New Vegas. I'm having a great time. Aside from the fact the game likes to crash so much. A few days ago, we were streaming New Vegas on Twitch, and in one stream, it crashed 18 times. 18 times. Ippo probably in your top two, three. Valid. Is JJK worth watching? I have a good time with it, so I would say yes. Should I watch it over Naruto? I mean, JJK is fun. It's shorter. It's a lot easier to get through. It's also so like if you're looking for something quick and fun, it's definitely going to be faster to get through that. I'd say it's easier to binge watch JJK than Naruto a lot of the time. So you could. Hello from India. How you doing? I'm allowed to have a bedtime more than 10 on Friday. Bedtime, my goodness. We got some kids in chat. Opinion on Love is War. So Love is War, I have mixed opinions. because it's a good series. It's a good series. I recommend it. It's just I prefer a romance that's a little bit more mature, like in terms of like how the characters behave. These are high school kids, so like obviously it's going to be more on the like high school behavior side of things. But like for what it is, it's a good time. Bedtime last time I had a bedtime was when I was 10, which was 13 years ago. Oh, you're a kid too, man. 23? You're a youngin. You're a baby. Have I seen any romance? Oh, I've seen many a romance. They were just talking about Kaguya-sama Love is War. I think that's a pretty good one. Could do that. Also depends on the kind of vibe you want in your romance. So, like again, if you want something more mature, something more fun, something more dramatic, what are they going to do to Love is War, like editing the movie? I don't know. I don't read the manga. I know there's more content for it coming, and I'll be watching it. I actually don't have a bedtime. My mom just screams me to bed. Yeah, then you're a kid, dude. If your mom's screaming at you to go to bed, then yeah, you're a kid. Did I watch Inazuma? Not yet. What's a good starter? A good starter anime. It really depends on like. I just pick something random that I think is good. Unless you want something more specific and like direct, you could watch Erased. That's pretty beginner friendly. Can I recommend a good anime? I just said Erased, so there's that one. Is engaging something that makes not me not skip episodes. Well, I just named Erased, and Erased would do that. You don't skip anything. It's like 12 episodes. Air Gear is pretty good. Nichijou, I don't remember. I don't remember if I've seen Nichijou. I need to double check. Do I prefer Ippo or Joe? You mean so? If we're talking about Ashita no Joe, haven't seen it. If we're talking Gearless Joe from Megalobox, then Ippo. JoJo's is a good beginner anime. I'm not so. I mean, it can be. Any anime could theoretically be a good beginner, but like JoJo's is kind of out there for most people. What's the best anime I watched? I don't really have a favorite. I just usually say Brotherhood is like a default, just to give you guys something instead of saying I don't know all the time. What's Ippo about? It is a boxing anime. It is a sports anime that is very good, very old school animation. It's older, so it's like very raw, very intense. But also, it's got some silly moments thrown in there. But if you want to be like motivated, it does that. I think Black Clover is very good. Start anime with Berserk. You could start with Berserk if you're in the mood for like a dark action fantasy. How you doing, Frizzly? What's the most asked question do I get? Top five? I mean, the most asked question I get is probably like, what's your favorite anime? That's probably number one. Or that or favorite One Piece character or something like that. Favorite something. Is Goku stronger than Saitama? If you guys are still asking this question, I think you genuinely need therapy. Because like I genuinely don't understand anymore. That question's been asked a trillion times. There's a trillion videos on it. How is it still not going? How is it still like going on? Favorite anime song? Okay. Putting vibe aside, if we're just talking favorite, The Masterful Cat is depressed again today. If we're talking outro, I'm sorry, I skipped the outros. I don't watch them. I usually just finish the episode and move on. Stronger though, me. Is 86 good? I haven't seen it. Every JoJo intro outro. JoJo's got some pretty banger intros. Cowboy Op One, surely. Cowboy Bebop. I still haven't seen it. I'll get to it. Pete Davidson. No, unfortunately not. I don't have his money. No. Why to what? Why to what? Why do I skip outros? Because like I just have no desire to. I have no inclination to. I have no reason to. What's with the lips of the mom in Erased? Yeah, it's just an aesthetic choice. In some cultures, ethnicities, some people have bigger lips. I don't see it as a problem. If there was an anime war, what two characters would I want on your team? Characters who could talk people out of a war. So, like, I would probably take Meruem and Shikamaru, the best strategists and most like. You got some motivation in there. You got some. You got plenty of strategy and strength. Yeah, Shikamaru and Meruem. Free Fallen, you are one weird fella. Yeah, there's weird people on the internet. Who do I think would win in a 1v1? Obviously, me. Best anime? I don't really have a best anime. I just say like Brotherhood to give you something. What type of anime do I prefer the most? Cozy stuff the most. I know that's not a genre, but you get the vibe. Cozy vibe. Just here to troll, that's okay. If you're just here to feed the algorithm and be weird, that's perfectly fine by me. You like Hell's Paradise Season 2? Indeed, I do. Frieren, I think it's great. Favorite swordsman? I have not even the faintest idea where to even begin with that. Griffith was a good man that just wanted to create a better world, and maybe initially, not so much now. I would want L and Vegeta. I mean, interesting pick. I like them both. Can I explain the hype behind DITF? DITF. I don't know what that stands for. I can nerd out for a minute. Go for it. Top three anime? I don't have a top three. Have I love Black Lagoon? Black Lagoon is cool. You're just bringing more people into the stream, so it benefits him anyway. Yeah, like exactly. The more you chat, the more it feeds the algorithm. The more it helps me because views equal money. At least on YouTube, TikTok doesn't pay Canadians. Darling in the Franxx wasn't for me. Dropped it. Denji or Tanjiro? I like Tanjiro more than Denji, even though I think Denji. I think Tanjiro. Yeah, I think Denji has better writing. I just like Tanjiro more. Pete hasn't been the same since Kim K. You know what? Maybe it's because I don't have Pete Davidson's money. Can I have his money, or his sense of humor, or something? What TikTok doesn't pay Canadian? Well, TikTok will not pay Canadians for views. So, like, if people donate gifts, which sometimes I do get gifts, then okay. But that's like pennies. That's literal pennies. But as for views, I could get 1 billion views and make zero, nothing. What's my job? Streaming and the gym. Courage or Justice League? I will go with Courage or Justice League. I think I might need to rewatch Justice League to be fair, because I might need to rewatch Justice League to be fair. Do I have collectibles? I collect autographed paintings, so there's that. You literally even have the same voice. I do not sound like Pete. What's messed up? Yeah, the TikTok doesn't pay Canadians. Yeah, unfortunately, you can get 100 million views, get zero, nothing, nada, nada. I've been on TikTok since 2023. I've made not well, I get gifts, but like again, it's pennies. Guts or Griffith? I prefer Guts. Favorite 12-episode anime? Uh, I have to double check all the 12-episode series. There's Charlotte. There's Erased. I think Platinum End was 12. Was 12 Platinum End? 12? Either way. I'm going to say Erased is a temporary answer because I don't remember all the 12-episode series that I've seen. How you doing, Psycho? You're like the Timu version. It's usually Timu, Wish, Walmart, whatever. Some discount version because I don't have his money or humor. But whatever, that's fine. Afro Samurai's 12 episodes. I still need to watch Afro Samurai. Don't worry, I will. I will. Courage or Jimmy Neutron? Courage. How was the Reese movie, in my opinion? I think it was very good. Considering I wasn't even a Chainsaw Man fan when I watched the movie, and I still think it was very good, like well over 9. That tells you something. Mushishi, I don't think I've seen yet. Aria Taloke, I don't think I've seen that either. Jobless, I could not deal with Rudius. Courage or Codename Kids Next Door? I think I'm still picking Courage, though I love Codename Kids Next Door. Hot take: most overpowered anime protagonists are less interesting than mid tier. So, like, here's the thing: you can make an overpowered character interesting. You can make a mid tier character. You can make any tier character interesting. It really comes down to writing, and how it's done. But like, can an overpowered character be more? I think there's a higher chance of it being boring when they're too strong. Would I rather have L or Light as a roommate? Obviously, L. Why would I want a murderous psychopath as a roommate? Come on, I'm choosing L. Violet Evergarden. It is a It is a romance slice of life. Technically, a bit of it, like a bit of action here and there, mostly in the flashbacks, but it's mostly romance slice of life. Courage or Ed, Ed, and Eddie. I'm still choosing Courage. Saitama is your favorite overpowered character. He's not for me, but okay, that could be your favorite. Do I like Black Clover movie? I like it, but I don't love it. I think the series was better than the movie. How you doing it, Camden? Would I rather have Light would probably write you in his book if you ask him to pay for the bills. No, I don't think he would do that because Light's he might be a murderous, unhinged psychopath, but like he kills people that he thinks are criminals or are bad for the world. If it's just like being generally a responsible human being, I don't think he would, be against that. Is Apothecary Diaries romance? It is, but it's more than a romance. It's like romance, mystery, slice of life adventure. It's kind of a mixed bag, but romance is not the main part of it. It's mostly mystery. Do I think Goku should die at some point? I'd be fine with it. If by the end of the story he was dead, that'd be fine with me. Mushishi, haven't seen yet. Give me 12 episode anime to watch. Okay, Erased. I'll give you a couple. I'll give you Erased and Charlotte. Would I rather have Vegeta's hairline or Luffy's IQ? IQ is a pretty useless measurement of intelligence. So uh, but if you mean like his general intelligence, like how he behaves, then I would take the hairline because I don't care about my hairline. I could be bald, wouldn't make a difference. Megalobox S tier, I can't put it in S. I'd give it like a low A. Bro's obsessed with Erased. No, it's just people keep asking for a 12 episode series, and it's also beginner friendly. So I think it does a good job with both of those. I wouldn't mind Goku dying at the end of at the end of Z. So like if you remember the end of GT, for those who saw that, spoiler warning for the end of GT, Goku leaves. He doesn't die, but he leaves. So like that was a perfect ending. Courage or Dexter's Lab? I'm still choosing Courage. What are your thoughts on Gurren Lagann? Tried it, never finished it, couldn't do it. What do people mean by beginner anime? So by beginner, they mean something that is easy for people new to anime to get into. So usually people will pick something that isn't too weird or too out there or too long or dense or complicated, something that isn't going to be intimidating for new viewers. That's typically what people mean. But I like to also focus in on series that might be more interesting to that particular individual. If not, I will pick something that kind of meets that criteria. I forget everything about animes. If someone gave me an anime quiz, I'd probably fail a lot too. Wait, can Nappa go Super Saiyan 3 since he's bald? Well, aside from the fact that he's way too weak, in theory, he should be able to do Super Saiyan. Just not sure he would have any hair. Dr. Stone, what do I think about season 5? I haven't seen anything regarding season 5. I'm up to date on the anime, though. Courage or Grim Adventures of Billy and Mandy, I'm still choosing Courage. How you doing, Durrani? And Oblizen. Have I watched AOT? Indeed, I did. I enjoyed it, but it wasn't really my particular vibe, but good story. Favorite Ginyu Force member is probably going to be, uh, I think Berter. I think maybe Berter or Jay. Maybe Berter or Jace. It's not. It's definitely not. It's definitely not. Golgo. It's definitely not. It's not going to be Ginyu. It's not going to be Raccoon. Yeah, it's going to be Berter or Jace. What's the best isekai? I like Digimon the most. It's hard trying to find actual good animes nowadays. I disagree. I never have trouble finding good stuff. I just don't waste my time. Like, if I don't like a show, I can just drop it. I'm not going to endure it. What do I think about JJK new season? Pretty good. Johan from Monster is the best antagonist. I don't feel that way, but he's solid. What do I think of the Ginyu Force dance? Personally, I'm not a fan, but I think, am I into it? No. But, like, do I think it's a good idea to have some comedic moments mixed into a dramatic fighting series like Dragon Ball? Yeah, I think comedy is important. Future Diary, yep, I've seen it. Thoughts on Kill la Kill? I'm watching it after I finish JoJo's. I like Kill la Kill. I feel like I watched everything good. There's no possible way to do that. It depends on your vibe. I'll say World Trigger next. Courage is genuinely disturbing at times. Indeed, it is. Which character is the best in Hunter x Hunter? I like Meruem the most, actually. Thoughts on Gachakuda? I think it was one of the better new series of last year. Ascendance of a Bookworm? Still haven't seen. Thoughts on Darling and the Franxx? Couldn't do it, dropped it right away. I'm not into those kinds of shows. So yeah. Can we do the fusion technique? Well, we'd have to practice the dance. We'd have to be similar in strength and build for the heights to line up. You're live? Indeed, we are live. If I lived in an anime world, I'd rather not pick one, but if you're forcing me, just send me where there's good food. Season 4 of Tensura, yes, I will be watching it when it comes out. Thoughts on that? Yeah, I'm up to date on Slime. Rascal Bunny was not into that, dropped it too. Courage or Foster's Home, Courage. I've been thinking about starting Shangri-La Frontier. I enjoyed it. I enjoyed so like I've been enjoying it. I do have minor complaints, mostly in season towards the end of season two, but still a good season nonetheless. Which power system is the coolest according to me? Alchemy or Nen would be my top two. Live in romance anime world, no world ending, things will ever happen. Here's the thing. I don't mind a bit of dramatic action and stuff as long as I have good food. So, like, there's some romance with good food I can think of. I'm living in One Piece, New World, no Devil Fruit hockey. Okay, have fun with that. Thanks for the feedback. No problem, my guy. Courage or Hunter x Hunter, then Hunter x Hunter. I'll say it. One Punch Man season 2 and 3 is trash. I think season 2 was not great. 3 was pretty bad. Rick and Morty, I don't really watch it, but I'm familiar with some of it at least. Do I have any recommendations for chill anime? Absolutely, I do. Bartender Glass of God. Thoughts on Mushoku Tensei? I think it's pretty. Couldn't deal with Rudius. I had to drop it. Should I watch that boxing anime Ippo? Yes, you should. I think it's great. In my opinion, I would pick a calm anime world. There's no way I'm living in One Piece. I mean, if you send me to One Piece, whatever. But if I'd rather choose something peaceful. I would choose the Death Note world just to be a kind person and you won't die. That's not necessarily true. That's really not necessarily true. You will die if you are an inconvenience to light. Which would you be happier to live in, the Chainsaw world or Demon Slayer world? Probably, probably Demon Slayer. Have I seen Spare Me, Great Lord? I have not. You kind of look like Yuji season 3. I don't really see it, especially I don't really have the hair for it. But okay, whatever you say. Which anime has a better story, Solo Leveling or JJK? So a story so far, I would say JJK. I get what you mean about the Rudius. Yeah, I could not. I don't. Here's the thing. I don't care if he grows and gets better. I'm not dealing with the pedophilia. I'm not doing it. I'm out. Who got best jawline in One Piece? I don't know. Ivankov, right? Have I played Ghost of Tsushima? I have not. I have not. Uh, I get what you mean. How you doing, Kenny? What's good? Oh, I need some water, man. Just burned through like 100 comments there. Why do I think weird behavior is so normalized in anime? Well, here's the thing. I think it's more normalized in certain genres because unfortunately it sells. Unfortunately, it sells. What romance anime should I watch? I'll pick a different one this time. I will pick. You know what? I will pick. Hold on. Quintessential quintuplets. Why new generation anime are just remake of some other older work? Well, here's the thing. You're incorrect. Sometimes. Do they sometimes remake older series? Sure. Are there plenty of new original good series? Of course there are. So if you think that everything coming out is like remade cheap copies, you're really not looking very hard. What's my opinion on Dandadan season 2? I'm not watching it because I dropped it after season 1. How you doing, Artrobe? Best anime? I don't have a favorite. I just pick Brotherhood as a default answer, so I don't say nothing. I miss pre-time skip One Piece because everyone was so long and stretchy. I kind of prefer the current aesthetic, but I get what you. I don't really like that part of it. Courage or Scooby Doo? Which version of Scooby Doo though? Not the new stuff. Not the new stuff. I already watched that romance. I loved it. Okay. Okay. You could go with Gosick. Opinion on Berserk. I love the 97 version. Who has the better character development, Tanjiro or Deku? Deku, because, well, if we're talking about development, Tanjiro is a very consistent character, which isn't a bad thing. It isn't a bad thing. Tanjiro is pretty much the same person with a little bit more maturity and understanding from start to finish. Deku goes through a radical transformation and like change in philosophy, personality, behavior, how he interacts with others, how he views the world. Like he completely changes in a very and like the way they go about it is actually really well done. I think there's a lot more depth to Deku than there is to Tanjiro. Again, I have nothing against a consistent character. Aaron's goals were good or bad. Well, I would say his motivations were good. His execution was kind of evil, mass genocide. Scooby Doo Mystery. Oh, Mystery Inc. is great. Uh, Mystery Inc. is pretty good. It's close. I love Aaron. He saved 20. Yeah, he saved. Well, technically, the was it? Did he kill 80% of people? I know he tried. Yeah, I guess it was about that. It was about that. He saved 20% of people. What do I think about Dongwa style anime? Doesn't matter. Like, here's the thing. I have no preference one way or the other. American style animation, Japanese, Korean. Like, if it's a good story, I'm in. If it's a good story, I'm in. What do I think about the saddest death in To Your Eternity? Gugu. Mr. Ink was good. It was great. Goku's the strongest. Come on, man. Just step up your rage bait if you're going to try and do that. Could Naruto survive in One Piece? Yes, he could. Do I know anything about the Nipah virus? Not a whole lot. I prefer reading manga over anime, but I want to start One Piece. So should I read or watch? So you just said you prefer reading the anime, reading the manga. So the anime is great, but the manga also avoids certain problems that the anime has. So, like, if you're already a manga reader and you don't want to do both, I would just say read it. You'd also catch up a lot faster. Am I French Canadian? Bonjour. Not really. My French is atrocious. What age did I start anime? 3 years old. TMNT or Courage? Courage. Go read CC Goku. He's officially canon. Da 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 da. Still not the strongest character ever, even in his own story. Please get over the Goku hype. Your power scaling is nonsense. Thank you. Good day. You ever see Odd Taxi? I think it's pretty solid. Definitely worth watching to the end. Great, great ending. The anime is great. First anime is 1,000 episodes long. Oh yeah, the first season's 1,000 episodes long. Actually, wasn't it like 11:55? UG module is the strongest. Not really. No. Thoughts on Code Geass? Great story. Couldn't enjoy the anime. Not for me. In JJK, JJK is pretty good. Favorite loyalty mission from Mass Effect 2? Okay. Okay. I got this. I got this. Let's see. We have favorite loyalty mission. Okay. Now I can't pick my favorite character. I have to pick my favorite mission. My favorite loyalty mission from Mass Effect 2. It's not going to be the Geth. It's not going to be Tali. It's not going to. No. It's not going to be Garrus. It's not going to be the Merc. It's not. It might be Mordin or Grunt. Grunt? Mordin or Grunt. I'm narrowing it down. Maybe like Mordin or Grunt, perhaps. Am I just picking my favorite character now? Oh man. You know what? I'm just gonna go on a limb. I'm gonna say Grunt. I'll say Grunt. Is anime and manga for grown-ups? It certainly can be. Well, like, here's the thing. Grown-ups can read anything they want, but a series will usually have a target audience. So it's going to be marketed towards younger kids, teenage boys, teenage girls, adult men, adult women. So, like, there's target audiences for different content. Berserk is for adults. Berserk is a seinen, which means adult men. Solo's my favorite verse, bro. No, he doesn't. Also, I don't really care because power scaling is a waste of my time. Dude, if you're don't try and rage bait me. I've been doing this for too long. I've been making content for over 3 years. Your whole Goku solos, like, come on. Well, we've been over this. Thoughts on Jobless? I could not deal with Rudius. Dude, you have. I'm not, dude. No, if you seriously think that, then you're just some angry kid who's obsessed with Goku. Have I watched Hell's Paradise? I'm up to date. Which series tells its story more effectively, Full Metal or My Hero? I mean, more effectively. Uh, I'd say Full Metal. Probably. Maybe. I think both do a great job of telling their story, though. I solo Goku since I can cook. True, Goku can't cook at all. We've seen that. That's Goku being a terrible cook is canon. How long are the Mass Effect games? Okay, so it depends because the main part. If you just do main missions, the Mass Effect games aren't too long. If you want to do everything, if you want 100% the games, then there's a lot of side stuff. Now, I will say that some of the games do a better job. Like Mass Effect 1, some examples like driving on some of the terrain in Mass Effect 1 is some of the most infuriating parts of the franchise. So that can be quite exhausting. But aside from that, there's a lot of really good like side content in Mass Effect 2 and 3. Uh, and the more side content you do, the better the outcome you can potentially get for the end of the story. Because like the more work you put in, the better the ending you can get. Who's the most relatable character for me? Shinra or Mob? Uh, Probably Shinra or Mob. Uh, Maybe Shinra by a little bit. I just think because Mob is a very like quiet, shy. Like he's a quiet, shy guy. He's a good kid. He's a good kid. But like I don't see myself to be like a superhero like Shinra does. But he's got a very straightforward attitude and that confidence. I kind of align with that more. Have I seen Lull of the Sea? I have not. Uh, I have played Legend of Zelda. I haven't actually. Like I'd like to, but it also doesn't really fit the current games that I stream. I'm more of a sci-fi, science fiction, like science fiction, science fantasy guy. Why is someone talking about religion in a literal anime discussion? I didn't see it, but I also usually ignore those. UG current state of hit versus entire verse. Why would you do that? Have I played Skyrim? I have played Skyrim many times. I love Skyrim. What official divine has the best scaling to official? I think scaling an anime already makes no sense. It actually just makes no sense. Rewatching One Punch Man. I mean, if you want to do that to yourself, I mean, I get rewatching the first season. That's probably worth it. Have I played Halo? Oh, I love Halo. Halo is one of my favorite games to play. I have Master Chief Collection. I love it. Uh, Gojo versus entire series sounds bad. Even then, like Uh, Gojo versus the entire series does not sound better because spoiler warning for the manga. Uh, he's a Kit Kat. Which character is your favorite in JJK? Aoi. Are you an otaku because you're an anime fan or an anime fan because you're otaku? So the whole Mighty Otaku name is literally just because I'm a fitness guy who likes anime. I just don't. I know otaku means someone who's obsessed with Japanese and anime culture, but like, I just don't take it that seriously. I just think it's catchy. In my opinion, top two favorite games has to be Dead by Daylight and Halo. Halo and Mass Effect are really up there for me. Fun fact: Gachakuda Toilet Bound has a better style than JoJo's. I don't see that, but I also haven't watched Toilet Bound, so I will not comment on that one. Favorite live TV show? I have no idea, man. I'm a huge crime show buff. Like I love crime docs, fiction and nonfiction. So if we're talking fiction, maybe The Mentalist. If we're talking or Bones. If we're talking nonfiction, probably Homicide Hunter. Should I watch Death Note? I think you should. It's pretty good. Sometimes people are just delusional. Sometimes they are. Yes. Have I watched Puss in Boots? Yes, I have. Yes, I did. Why are Naruto and JJK characters so similar? I mean, they're both mainstream battle shonens. You're going to find similarities, but they're also very different shows. Mob or Tanjiro? Definitely Mob. Halo Reach is one of the best stories. Halo Reach probably has one of the best stories in the Halo franchise, but as for a gameplay, I'm more of a Halo 2-3 guy. Maybe even Infinite. Actually, Infinite has really good gameplay, but the storyline was not as strong. Do I like Haikyuu? Absolutely. Have I watched Kung Fu Panda? The first two, yes. I haven't seen the third one. Is it just me, or do I find anime 3D movies boring? No, I don't really care if it's 3D or not. You read YouTube comments most of the time because there's more people on YouTube most of the time. I also tend to avoid certain questions. So like I ignore the trolley questions, I ignore the spammy questions, I ignore the rage baiters, that kind of stuff. Xenoverse of Storm series. Oh, you mean versus Storm series? I Storm is kind of. I'm not really. Here's the thing. I don't think Xenoverse is the best that Dragon Ball has to offer. I think Tenkaichi is better. I think Tenkaichi is better than Xenoverse. My brother got a date with his wife when he was a kid by saying, "Want to play Halo?" He picked a good wife then, didn't he? An anime opening that would have made when anime opinion that would make people mad. I didn't like Code Geass. I didn't like Steins Gate. I didn't like Evangelion. I didn't like Darling in the Franxx. I didn't like Detective Conan. How much do you want me to do? Shinra's overrated. I like Shinra. Like I'm not a mega fan, but he's cool. He's fine by me. Have I watched Harry Potter? Yes, I've seen the movies. People who troll just literally have nothing else to do, pretty much. Yeah. I mean, hey, it's free engagement for me. I'll take it. You got any use of any? Do I have any? Oh, plushies. Plushies. No, I don't have any plushies. Have I watched Harry Potter? Yep, seen the movies. Did I watch Uzumaki? I have not seen Uzumaki. Gurren Lagann was not for me. I didn't like Dragon Ball Z. Okay, so if you didn't like Dragon Ball Z, again, people like different stuff. I'm not going to give you a hard time. I haven't played chess in 20 years. Well, no, I haven't played chess in like 16 years, 17 years. So I'd be terrible. Which Harry Potter movie is your favorite? Probably, maybe Prisoner of Azkaban. Maybe. I don't. Okay, here's the thing. I don't think the rules of chess is difficult. I think being good at chess is difficult. Am I excited for the new season of Shangri-La? I'm looking forward to it. Do I think Thousand Year Blood War final part will be good? Yes, I'm pretty confident it's going to be good. Thoughts on the new Fire Force season? Better than the previous. Well, better than the last two parts. That's for sure. So I'm happy. Imagine asking an anime fan if they've been on the. Okay. In your preference, which anime female character stands out the most? Probably Shirayuki, Morgiana, Marileona. Those would be some of my picks. Erase one of the big three from existence. So here's my logic though. Erase one of the big three. The thing is, Naruto's ongoing. Well, Boruto's ongoing. One Piece is ongoing. Bleach is okay. I might have to pick Bleach because Naruto. Well, Boruto's not almost done. One Piece is really not almost done. Bleach, the manga is finished, and I read the manga, so I know how it ends. So I could like, if I lost it, I know what happens. Doctor Stone rating, like a low eights. Have I ever watched Robotech? Nope. Do I? Can you not spam chat? My goodness. Do you dedicate social media or have a degree or something? Oh, do I have a degree? No, I don't have I don't have a degree in social media. No, no. I just got bored one day, started making content, and got monetized. Opinion on AOT ending? Liked it. I liked it. Like not my favorite ending, but I liked it. Do I think Loki will join Luffy's crew? I'm not up to date on the manga, so I am not. I can't speak on that because I don't know everything that's going on. But Thousand Year Blood War Part 4 will have 70% anime original content. Again, you're asking me to remove one of the big three. At least with Bleach, I know pretty much everything that's going to happen for the most part. Which character is the worst father in One Piece? Worst dad? Sanji's dad is pretty awful. Pokemon hold anime market or what? Wait, what? I'm getting tired of waiting for the next season of Cyberpunk. I still haven't seen the first season. Who would you let babysit your kids? I don't have any kids, but here's the thing. Here's the thing. Sukuna definitely not. Kaido imprisoned his children, but they're alive and well. So like maybe traumatized, but alive and well. So Kaido. What's your most asked question? Favorite anime? Is Benny Maru from Fire Force the GOAT of all time? No. I mean, is he cool? Sure, but no. I watched the first season of Shangri-La Frontier, then dropped it. Here's the thing: if you didn't like it, if you didn't like the first season, it might not be your thing. It might not be your thing. SAO, I dropped that one. Favorite Marvel hero? Probably, if we're talking MCU, then probably Iron Man. Grown man talking about anime. Again, if you're going to try and rage bait, you're going to have to try harder because I've been doing this a while and I'm not insecure about it. What's my favorite anime? I don't have a favorite. Bro, please give me some tips as I'm going to be a YouTuber. I'm not exactly a huge channel, you know? Like I only have like 34,000 subs. Can I please tell me what I should focus on. I'd focus on doing content that you enjoy, that you're genuinely excited to make, that you're not doing this purely for money, and that you genuinely want to like make content. And as you go through the process, gradually make your videos better and better. Find what little ways to make it better as you go. Would I put the creator of AOT next to Shakespeare? Uh, not really. I mean, probably not. One Piece is trash. I disagree. Do I like JoJo's? I do. Have I watched Link Click? I have not. The biggest reason people watch anime because it's fun. That's why do you watch TV? Why do you play card games? Why do you do any hobby? Because you have a good time doing it. Which character is better, Gojo or Kakashi? I definitely prefer Kakashi. That's not close. Thank you for the follow, Mac. I was wondering what is the detotated amount of what? Dedicated amount of RAM you should have first? I have no idea. Why Truck-kun is immortal? Truck-kun's basically like just a meme that you occasionally see in animes that just isekais people. It's fun. Imagine coming back home and your kids just look so traumatized and Kaido's just sitting in the room. I mean, you're picking Sukuna or Kaido. It's either dead or traumatized. Thoughts on Tokyo Revengers? I didn't love it. Didn't love it. Who would I let babysit my kids, Denji or Okuyasu? Who is Okuyasu again? I remember who Denji is, but who's Okuyasu? Favorite Hunter x Hunter character is Meruem. I don't like anime because the 2K visuals. I love realistic. So there are 3D and like again, I guess that's your personal taste. If you want everything to be live action, I think sometimes live action can look pretty bad. Again, depends on the series, depends on the movie. Best cook in anime, I'm just gonna take Sanji because like he's my go-to, even over Soma and yeah, I'll choose Sanji. If you had the choice to meet Dio or Funny Valentine, I don't know who Funny Valentine is. Live action One Piece, what's my opinion? I think it does a fantastic job of doing what it's supposed to do. Do I enjoy CGI in anime? Depends on how it's done. Sometimes it looks really good, sometimes it looks really bad. Are you serious about what? I haven't said anything that I'm not serious about yet. I'm not leaving Denji with my alleged kids, especially if I had a literal daughter. Denji's not a bad kid, though. Who's more evil, Muzan or Frieza? I'd say Frieza. So then again, is yeah, I'll go with Frieza. Any car animes? I'm not really a car expert. I know there's at least one really popular one that I'm just blanking on the name, but I'm definitely not like a car person. The microphone, well, you want the brand of microphone? For example, AOT's CGI in first season. I actually liked the first season. I thought it was great. Do I like Baki Hanma? I do not like Baki. Pokemon solos? I disagree. Digimon's better. Do I think Sanji's better chef than Zeph? Uh, at the very least, I think he's. The thing is, when's the last time we saw Zeph cook? Like, we haven't seen the best of what Zeph can do, right? Like, obviously, Zeph can cook very well. I'm not saying he obviously does, but like we've seen Sanji do a lot of impressive things along his journey, so it's like kind of hard to say. Why don't I like Baki? Because I think it's just ripped guys beating each other up, and that's not enough to keep me engaged. I got bored. Do I like Celine Dion? I don't listen to her music, but I don't know her. I don't know her as a person. No idea. Great Teacher Onizuka, haven't seen it, probably won't. Did AOT do better animation in season 1 to 3 or season 4? I think all of them were pretty good, but I think I might just be biased because I enjoyed the earlier seasons more than the last. Like I enjoyed the series more at the start than the end. So like maybe I'm just biased about how much I enjoyed it at that point in time. Thoughts on Charlotte? I like Charlotte. JoJo's finished part 4. Favorite Bleach character? Kenpachi would be my choice. Gintama or Psyche K? I dropped both of those. You're going now. See you later, Artrobs. Someone help. Help who? My right ear has been hurting for a couple of days. Then go see a doctor. Why are you asking a YouTube chat on anime? Should I watch the real life One Piece instead? Okay, so the One Piece live action is not going to be the same as the One Piece anime. What it's a good thing at doing is giving people a general overview of what the story is like. So if you are intimidated by the sheer size of a series like One Piece, the live action can give you just like and like an introduction that isn't as massive. So it might just be easier to start with that. For that's one of the reasons that the live action was made. How do I pronounce all of the different types of hockey? Observation hockey, armament hockey, and conquerors hockey. Uh, okay, thanks, no problem. Have I watched that Slime? Yes, I've seen Slime. Season 1 and 2 are good. 3 was okay. We'll see about season 4. Who's the character with the white hair? That is Fushi from To Your Eternity. If you mean the top left, then Fushi. If you mean the bottom left, then Violet Evergarden. Is the shortened version of One Piece still even releasing? You mean One Piece? I never actually watched One Piece. Which animation studio has disappointed you the most? Whoever made Berserk 2016. What's your thoughts on Poof and Meruem relationship? Because I haven't seen that type of in any. So here's the thing: their relationship is more of a professional one, where it's about protecting the king. That is the ultimate goal, and it's just their way of doing things and what priorities they have will differ somewhat. So I actually think it was pretty interesting. One Piece sounds like me when I walk. Fair enough. I'm going to catch up to JJK. Have a great day. You too, Psycho. Uh, who's stronger? I don't know who's stronger than who. That's not really what I do. Do I watch Black Clover? Indeed, I do. One Punch Man. I'm up to date. Can you speak any French? Bonjour, comment ça va? Is there any change from a One Piece live action you wish they brought into the anime? Here's the thing, though. You have to keep in mind that the One Piece live action is not like they have to follow a certain pacing. They can't have like 50, 60, 70, 100 episode season. It's just not gonna work. So I understand if they have to make cuts here and there. I'd have to go back and see exactly what I would change, if anything. Nothing immediately comes to mind. Muzan versus Frieza is basically just Michael Jackson versus racist alien. Maybe Michael Jackson was a racist alien. You never know. I shall go. You're going to watch the last few episodes of Spy Family. Enjoy. Can I speak Japanese? Ich ni son shi go. Ich ni son shi. Yeah. Yon go ruk. Hachi. I'm stuttering. Forget it. I can't speak much Japanese. I'm usually better at that. I can usually count to 100 without stuttering. How do I get into anime? I just can't watch without getting bored. So it depends. Okay, my suggestion would be is if people are recommending shows to you and you are getting bored, it's about finding an anime that has a focus on something that you already enjoy. Are you a fan of science? Are you a fan of robots? Are you more of a space guy? Do you like murder mysteries? Like something like that. You take a general concept that's likely to be found in a story, and then you find an anime that focuses in on that thing that you're interested in, would be my approach. How about Demon Slayer? It's pretty fun. Why is Goku Vegeta is just Jeffrey Epstein versus Diddy? It's not. Arigato gozaimasu. Thank you. I shall go. Okay, we're good there. Have I watched Monster? Indeed, I have. I finished it quite a few weeks ago. Thank you, Spenge, for the follow. Naruto is goated. Naruto's pretty good, I would agree. Poof keeps an ideal image of Miram in their mind and feel betrayed from the changes Miram goes through and will do anything to kill that blind girl, even though being the most loyal. So, yes, because, yes, Poof has an ideal image of who Miram should be and that he should be the heartless king that sees himself as the ultimate superior being, and seeing him treat others as his equal kind of destroys that image. So yes, he wants to keep Meruem the way he originally was. Unfortunately, that doesn't work out. I have a question. Go for it. Have I watched Darling in the Franxx? I dropped it. Have I watched Opinion on Gate? I didn't enjoy the first season, but we'll see about the second. EOT is the greatest. I did not feel that way. What color is your Bugatti? I don't have a Bugatti. I don't even have a car. Blue Lock Season 2, in my opinion, was disappointing. I still had a decent time despite the animation fall off. It didn't bother me that much. What was the first anime that blew you away in terms of animation? My first anime was Dragon Ball. I was like 3 years old. So like of course I was impressed by that. I was 3. So like I was very easy to impress. Is green hair top right law of Wacky? Indeed, it is. Have I seen Steins Gate? I couldn't finish. Sword Art, I couldn't actually start it. Sword Art Online, drop that too. What's your number one? I don't actually have one. I just say Brotherhood to make people happy since I gotta guess, I gotta say something. Would a semi-perfect cell look the same if he absorbed 18 first? Probably. Well, that'd be my guess, yes. Try watching from the acting and story. It's phenomenal. From which? Because what are we talking about? I have a question. Who wins in a 1v1? Obviously me. Obviously me. Sorry, man. Power scaling is just not really my field of expertise. Know any samurai? There's Samurai Champloo. There's Rurouni Kenshin. Why haven't I watched Steins Gate? It's because I dropped it 3 times. Couldn't do it. Do I watch sub or dub? Both. Depends on the voice actors. Did I enjoy the OG FMA or Brotherhood? I actually need to go back and watch the original. I've only seen Brotherhood. It was fantastic. Try, but like from the series, like, well, what series? I'm losing track of the comments. Understand? I lose track of the comments. I can't see them all. Have I watched Monster? Indeed, I have. What anime are you the most knowledgeable on? The most knowledgeable on? Here's the thing. My brain tends to go poof when you ask me questions on the spot. So like, it might be Brotherhood, might be Digimon, might be Yu-Gi-Oh, might be Yu-Gi-Oh. Actually, might be Yu-Gi-Oh. Have I watched the Hell's Paradise? Yes, I'm up to date. Clannad, I've seen both and After Story. What was my first anime movie? First anime movie. Oh, the Digimon movie. Actually, no, wait. Pokemon Mewtwo movie. The first Pokemon movie. From the is the name of the from is the name of the series. Okay, I have no idea what that is. King Kumon season 3 is coming. I have no idea what that is. Which anime has the most? I'm not even going to answer. I'm not even going to read that. Have I watched One Piece Dragon Ball? It's actually One Piece Dragon Ball Toriko. Let's be honest. It's a 3-way crossover. Have I watched the new Fire Force episodes that are out? I haven't watched anime in a few days, so I might be an episode behind. My dad used to play a lot of Yu-Gi-Oh, but he says the game started deteriorating as years went by. I agree completely. I don't like it anymore. Tony Stark or Bruce Wayne? I will say Tony Stark. Also depends on which version of Bruce, but I prefer Tony Stark most of the time. Thank you for the follow, JJK fan. Naruto or One Piece? Naruto's anime, One Piece's story. What anime would you recommend for a 30-year-old? Depends on what kind. Here's the thing: you being 30 doesn't really tell me what kind of shows you like. I'm 34 and I watch battle shonens, I watch romance, I watch mechas, I watch everything. So like, uh, I'd imagine something like I could say Berserk, I could say Parasite, I could say Full Metal Alchemist. Do I think MHA is a top 3 of new gen? I don't really have a top 3 new gen. I also don't like that term because when people say it in my chat anyway, they usually only focus on battle shonens, and that's not all that shonen encompasses. Guess the character wears green, not very confident, dreams of being the greatest hero. Oh, that's an impossibly hard question. My goodness, where do I even begin with that? He's saying you should watch the From series. Yeah, I'm not saying I get that. I just don't know what From is all I'm saying. And my watch list is full, so I'm not currently taking on new series. Favorite in the big 3? That's my least favorite question. Naruto's anime, Bleach's manga, One Piece's story. What anime would I recommend for a Brazilian? Makes no difference that you're Brazilian. That actually makes no difference at all. I can tell you that the most popular series in Brazil is probably Dragon Ball. Like statistically, I think in Brazil the most popular series is Dragon Ball. But your culture doesn't really determine what shows you like. Favorite monster from Yu-Gi-Oh? Dark Paladin. Deku or Tanjiro? Deku. Have I watched the movie Get Out? I have not. Do I like Vinland Saga? I do. Have I watched Natsume's Book of Friends? I have not. Favorite monster? You already answered that one. Sorry, my God, I'm burning through so many comments. I'm losing my voice. Gojo or Megumi, but uses Maharaga. Okay. Oh, you mean like a versus question? I don't know. That's not really what I specialize in. Do I like SAO? I do not like SAO. It's pretty, but that's about it. Where am I from? I'm Canadian. Best JoJo villain? Kira so far. Thoughts on Frieren? Fantastic. Yeah, I'm not really a versus guy. I'm not really a power scaling dude. Top coziest anime you've got. Don't just say no. Okay. The Masterful Cat is depressed again today. Have I seen Monster? I have. I think it's really good. The ending was okay though. Most rewatched, probably Naruto. Favorite Pokemon, Gengar. Tomura Shigaraki, he's a decent villain. Not my favorite villain, but he's a decent villain. The consequences of streaming every day, you might get burnt out. You also have to get used to getting insulted and harassed on a daily basis. Like, I get death threats, I get insulted, I get berated, I get everything. I get, like, also, anytime you post a video, if you make a mistake or, like, say something that's, like, anime only and not in the manga, if you're not up to date on something, people will call you out on every little thing that you say, and they'll like start drama in your comments. It can be very mentally taxing if you care too much about it. Thoughts on Kaiju number 8 is a pretty fun show. Favorite JJK character, Aoi. Name your top 3 villains. I have no idea about number 2 and 3 because I never thought about it. I'll just say Meruem is 1. Are you a fan of Your Name? I think it's a great movie. Spirited Away is also a great movie. Aizen or Gojo? Definitely Aizen. That's not even close. Sukuna, I like Sukuna. Best Ippo character. I'm choosing Ippo. I know he's the MC, but what can I do? Laid Back Camp, still haven't seen that one either. Would I rather date Yelena or Hanji? I don't want to date anybody. I'm good, thank you. Just send me a plate of food. Do I think Vinland Saga has the best life lessons? Not sure about the best. Some great life lessons. Absolutely 10 on 10. Do you think Vinland Saga has the best life lessons? Bro Speed's running these questions. Exactly, I am. Sometimes people just take anime too far. I think sometimes people just take things way too, not saying too seriously, but get way too aggressive about things that don't really matter. Would I rather? I already answered that one. Sorry. Grass or anime? Well, right now it's winter in Canada, so there is no grass. Don't you need to do groceries or go to the gym? I have my groceries and it's my rest day. What are your opinions on Mushoku Tensei? If you get rid of Rudius, I'd probably like it because he's a pedophile, and otherwise seems like a great show. So true, almost everyone in JJK season 3 is a fraud. I actually disagree. I don't really see most of them as frauds, or really anyone as a fraud. Tis time for torture. Who are we torturing? Favorite Naruto Shippuden character? Shikamaru across the board. Thoughts on Askeladd went out? I thought it was pretty cool. And I was also good that Thorfinn didn't do it. Have I seen any of the Lupin Third shows movies? I have not. A series that's only there's a series that's on my list. If you mean to watch list, then Orb is on that list. Thoughts on Featherine? I know who she is, but that's about it. I know almost nothing about her. I don't know what series she's in. Never saw it. Have I seen Campfire Cooking? That's fantastic. Too bad the season is currently finished. Komugi, are you still there? Why does Avatar get seen as a wannabe anime? Because people don't know what an anime actually is. Obanai or Mitsuki. I forget who Obanai is. I forgot who Obanai was. Do you watch Class from the Elite? I do. In my opinion, which anime has a sadder death? Ace from One Piece? Jiraiya. Ace's death wasn't sad. It wasn't sad. He died to rage bait. Have you ever seen Seven Seeds? Nope. I've seen Seven Deadly Sins, though. What Spirited Away out of 10? The thing is, I haven't seen Spirited Away since it came out, so it's been many, 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 many years. So, like, I'd need to rewatch it to give it a fair rating. I know it would be good. I just don't know where I would put it. What do I think would win in a chess match, Goku or Luffy? Goku, probably. Yeah, it would be Goku. Have I seen Grave of the Fireflies? I didn't cry, but it's a good movie. Thoughts on Chainsaw Man? I like Chainsaw Man. The movie was good, too. Have I watched Terang Monkey? Nope, haven't seen that one. No idea what that is. Have I watched Pluto? I haven't seen that either. He died to rage bait his killing. It's true. He was free. They were good to go, and then Akainu rage baited him. He died to rage bait. Have I watched JoJo's? I've seen the first 4 parts. Saint Seiya, still haven't seen that one either. I want to watch Evangelion, but one of the scenes I heard concerns me. Even with context, it's still bad. A lot of shows do that. You could always, brace for it, skip it, I don't know. What do I watch anime on? If you go to my Discord server and go to the frequently asked questions, you will see all the sites that I use. Obanai is a snake. The snake Hashira. I like Obanai. He's cool. Yeah, Obanai's cool. Thoughts on how Light Yagami went out? He should have died sooner and more brutally. Ben, actually, you know what? His death was good. His death was good, but it should have been sooner. Have I watched Jobless? I could not do it. Couldn't deal with Rudius. In a chess match, Uncle Iroh or Van Hohenheim? Iroh or Hohenheim? I feel like I want to bet on. I feel like I want to bet on Hohenheim. I feel like I want to bet on Hohenheim, even though Iroh's really good though. Actually, wait, Iroh. Yeah, maybe Iroh. I think you know what. I think it'd be a tough match. Maybe Iroh. What's a good starting anime for me? I want to get into it. I don't know you, so I'm gonna pick something random. So forgive me if I miss. Like if it's not a banger, I will pick. Uh, what should I start with? I'm gonna start with Parasite. Goku or Gojo? I prefer. Depends which Goku. Like what we're talking, Dragon Ball Goku, Z Goku, Super Goku. Because like I like Z Goku more than Super Goku. Do I watch One Piece? Yes, I do. I got 101 manga. Wano, is it worth? I think Wano's really good. I think Wano's my favorite. Wano's my favorite arc. What do I think about Boruto the anime? So far, not very good. I'm hoping it gets better. Who would I rather be, Tony Stark or Bruce Wayne? Yeah, I think Tony Stark. Should I watch Fate? I think Fate is great. Ichigo beats Gojo. I don't care who beats who. I think that's all silly. I'm gonna go. See you later. Leaked edits. How old am I? 34. What do I think if a male got a marine tattoo? It's your body. Do what you want, I guess. Thank you for the heart, Max. I appreciate that. Smarter L or Light L. Best anime of all time. Don't have a favorite. I'll just say Brotherhood because I need to say something. Please watch. Don't even. Okay. No. Any form Dragon Ball. But you're picking. Here's the thing. That's a power scaling question. I don't care about that. If we're just saying who we like more, then I'm choosing Goku over Gojo easily. What's your favorite sports anime? Ippo, you look 22. Thank you very much. Even though right now I look like a mess, I haven't slept properly in days. Thoughts on Sonic X? Sadly, I haven't seen it. I probably should. Best tattoo in anime? Best tattoos. Best tattoos. There's some good tattoos, aren't there? There's some good tattoos. I mean, One Piece has some good tattoos. Let me think on that one. That's a good one. That's a good question. I don't have an immediate answer. Did I grow up with Cartoon Network? Indeed, I did. Cartoon Network, YTV, Nickelodeon, all of it. Law tattoos are my favorite. Law has some nice tattoos for sure. Best anime villain, I like Meruem. Remember when I told you yesterday I have a biology test I used on it, and today hopefully I ace it? Hopefully. Favorite Revolutionary Army member? It's going to be Kuma. I think One Piece hate is needed? I think hating a series just because you don't like it is kind of a waste of energy. Like, if you don't like something, okay, then move on. The dude with the full sleeve from Full Metal Alchemist. Oh, Scar. Yeah, that's another good one. What are your first thoughts of Death Note dropped on your porch? I'm burning it. I'm destroying it. That shouldn't exist. Did you grow up? I already answered that one. Sorry. I said I used AI on it for what? Use AI on something? Okay. But yeah, guys, don't if you find a Death Note, please destroy it. Do you think Naruto is the best starter anime? No, I do not. I think it depends on the context for the person. It can be a great starter. It could be a terrible starter. Well, what if I could if it couldn't be burned? It's a book. It can be burned. The biology test. Yeah, I'm sure you're. Oh, used AI on your test, so you're a cheater. How dare you? Have I watched Record of Ragnarok? I dropped it in season 2. Why do I think? Who do I think has the best fruit mastery? The best fruit mastery. Uh, Let me think. Well, I guess you would. Okay, so let's answer this. Here's the thing: do we have to only focus on characters who have awakenings? Because awakenings requires not just like who uses the fruit the best, but like aligns with their fruit, right? So like, uh, also some of the fruits are unconfirmed awakenings, I guess. Because I think Kuma uses his fruit in the most creative ways. Also, my phone is dying. Okay, good to know. I love Baki. It always makes me fired up to go to the gym. I don't like Baki, but I'm glad it inspires you. If you were forced to get into get an anime tattoo, I'm getting a Dungeons and Dragons tattoo if that counts. I already know you had a biology test. How you doing, Miku? Or not Miku? Is it pink? Is what pink? Kaido, I like Kaido. Cartoon Network is dead. It was a hey, you know what? It was a peak part of my childhood. It's alive in spirit. Uh, were you pulling the Huz back in your prime? I'm not really no because I never cared about that stuff. Peak Bruce versus Peak Baki. I don't know because I never really cared about that versus stuff. I'm sorry. I'm really sorry. Is One Piece going to be the Dragon Balls? No. Are you a fan of Hunter x Hunter? Yes. I am back. Welcome back. Our phone is less than 20% now, so I don't know how much longer I'll be live. Also, I keep forgetting, guys. Follow on Twitch, please. We're trying to grow the platform, so please follow me there. What are fruits useful for to utilize in real life? I think the Goro Goro no Mi would be a pretty good pick because, like electricity, you could do a lot with that. Name an anime that's good that you guarantee I haven't watched it. I can never guarantee. That's just hyperbole. Have you seen Inuyashiki Last Hero? The One Piece is real, correct? Bro, are you in college? I finished college a long time ago. Yeah, I finished that a long time ago. Anas, can you stop it? You're kind of getting spammy now. You love your short? Well, thank you. Thank you, Pulsa. I appreciate that. We'll have more shorts coming out in the morning. And also, if you have video recommendations, feel free to drop them in the Discord channel. You look young, though. I know. I get that a lot. But actually, my skin is not so good. I haven't slept in a while. My eyes are kind of bleh. Can you answer it? And you're pronouncing my name wrong. Anas. Oh, is your name like Anus? What anime with a power system did I like? Sorry. Hunter x Hunter and Full Metal Alchemist. Shanks will die. Hello, Shanks will die soon. Joe Yabuki or Ippo. I haven't seen Joe yet. Imagine it's a piece of paper saying friendship. It's not. Best power system in anime, Nen or Alchemy. How you doing, Yosha? What's good? 10 minutes ago, finished season 2 of Ippo and its peak. I'm glad you're enjoying it. Well, that was so funny. It wasn't. You're hilarious. Thank you. Top 3 seinen. I don't watch that much seinen, but okay, I'll give it a go. I think Inuyashiki is really good. I think Berserk is really good. The 97 version. I think Parasite's really good. You're built like Kimura. Do you even know what I look like? I'm wearing a baggy sweater. I think Kizaru's fruit is more useful than Enel's. You can do a lot with both, but like you could do a lot with both. The thing is, electricity. If you have Enel's ability, you could power an entire city. Potentially more. Actually, you could technically power like everything. So like free electricity for everybody. What do I think of Mihawk's bounty? Well, his bounty is 3.5 billion. So his bounty should be 3.5 billion. I'm having trouble finding a new good anime. So if you like if you want a new show, like something that's ongoing, have you checked out the new Fate series? Have you watched Doctor Stone? Indeed, I have. Aoki or Kimura? Who's Aoki again? I'm sorry, I'm so bad with names. Top Mecha Designs? Not really a mecha expert. How about Big Bang Braver? My top 5 is Conan, of course it is, Berserk, One Punch Man, DxD, Avatar. Oh, so you're just picking everything that's, well, aside from Avatar, okay. I honestly think if you've had Luffy's fruit, you'd be the most overpowered character. You really wouldn't be. You really wouldn't be. What happened to Hunter x Hunter? What do you mean? You mean that it stopped after episode 148? It's unfortunate. What would Doflamingo's bounty be if they knew what he was doing? What do you mean? You mean his whole like devil fruit thing? He still have the same bounty. Bro's getting rage baited. What are you talking about? Aoki from Ippo. Aoki. I don't like him. I don't like Aoki actually. He's one of my lesser favorite characters. Why do I love anime? Because it's just okay, guys. Why do you not love anime? Anime is just a medium. It's just a medium. Why do you like TV? Why do you like movies? Why do you like theater? Why do you like various forms of entertainment? Because it's fun. What's your favorite anime? I don't have one. I just say Brotherhood to give you an answer, but I don't actually have one. What is anime? An animated series, something like a series that is designed through computer generation and hand drawings, or sometimes one or the other, or a combination of hand drawings and digital editing. His favorite anime is Avatar. Avatar's solid though. Thank you, Ron, for the rose. Thoughts on Pokemon series? I'm struggling with it, but I'm getting through it. The movies are pretty good though. Anyone here seen Psychopaths? I've seen the first season. Okay, like One Piece, Naruto, AOT, Bleach, and Apothecary Diaries. I like you added in some variety there, some romance. Is Berserk and Vinland Saga worth reading? I don't read them, but I've watched them both, and I'd say yes to both. His favorite anime is Conan. Oh, you're hilarious. I mean, 340 million is a very low bounty for Doflamingo. What do I think? His bounty would be if he wasn't a warlord. Here's the thing. Here's the thing. If he was not a warlord, then his bounty would likely have risen, right? Because he wouldn't have been aligned with the Marines. So at the most, I'd say like half a billion, like maybe like 500 million, 400 or 500 million. It wouldn't be much higher than that. I'll watch the other seasons too for Psychopaths. Not yet. Eventually. Favorite character in Bleach, Kenpachi, because I like his energy, I like his attitude, like his style, like his way of doing things, which is just I will crush everything because it's fun. K Project, haven't seen it. Gojo Sukuna is their real character. Gojo Sukuna is their real character, by the way. Okay. Thoughts on Planet? Planet is fantastic. I like your paintings. Thank you very much, Shanks. Do you know that y equals mx plus c to find the equation of a line? Thank you. Sure. Favorite nin ability? I will say either Killua's or Morel's. And what do I think would be a fair bounty for Chopper? At least 10,000. Come on. Bump it up from 1,000. Give him 10,000. Are your eyes bothering you? No, my eyes are fine right now. I'm just a little bit tired. Have I seen the Europeans in Africa? I've never been to Africa. Hear me out? No. Favorite Naruto character? Shikamaru. Because I like the calm, intelligent, analytical, reliable characters, and he's that. Favorite curse technique? Boogie Woogie. Favorite anime? Don't have one, but I'll say Brotherhood anyway, just to give you something. Chopper's bounty is 10. He's a harmless deer. Exactly. Beastars is the best. I've only seen one episode. I cannot actually fairly rate it. Yeah, in Wano Kuni, Wano's an amazing arc. Chopper, yes, Chopper fought Queen briefly. He tangled with Queen. He fought him a little bit, but the one who beat Queen was Sanji. Thoughts on AOT being considered the best anime? It's not for me. If it's your favorite, then by all means, you can have any favorite that you want. Code Geass, I think it's a great story, but I couldn't finish the anime. Thoughts? Toto and Choso best character. I prefer always. I like Toto the most. Do I like Shangri-La Frontier? I do. I do indeed. Do I watch Marvel? I'm way behind on Marvel, but technically still yes. You think? No. So it went 100, 1,000. It makes sense. It goes up to 10,000. 5,000 would be kind of a weird increase. Do I agree that it's pretentious to mourn when someone dies in Dragon Ball, knowing they're just going to bring him back? I think I don't think it's pretentious. I think that's a bit silly. I think you can still be sad when a character dies, and I know they don't tend to do this. They tend to bring everybody back, but there are characters that can permadie, like Zamasu. He got erased. What's the plot in Spirited Away? To be honest, I don't even remember because I haven't seen Spirited Away in so many years that I forgot the story. Thoughts on Kisuke? I like Kisuke. What's Code Geass? Very, very popular political, like, mecha battle series that's heavy on politics and war and discrimination and that kind of stuff. Pretty deep stuff, actually. Does Shangri-La Frontier do a best representation of VR? I think Shangri-La is a better series than SAO. I think it's a better series than SAO. Thoughts on Hell's Paradise? I like it so far. Log Horizon? I love Log Horizon. Have I watched trailer for One Piece live action? I have not. I don't really watch trailers, sub or dub, and why. The question itself makes no sense. Watch anime in any format that works for you. Code Geass is widely considered to have the best conclusion of all anime. No, I mean, I think it has a massive fan base, but there is no best conclusion. Just have any preference that you want. Don Machi has a great start, but really, Don Machi starts strong, falls off, gets better, but not as good as it was at the start. Mob Psycho, fantastic. Have I watched trailer for One Piece live action? I already answered that one, sorry. Have I watched a certain Magical Index? I have watched Magical Index. That one was also pretty good. Is Yuji going to get stronger than Sukuna and Gojo? Well, you're going to find out, aren't you? I don't read the manga, but I've heard a couple of things, but because I haven't read it myself, I'm not really going to speak on something I'm not an expert on. Do I know Titanic? Can you not spam chat? Okay, you're spamming chat. You're getting a timeout, even though the stream is basically almost done. Still, no spamming chat. Thank you. Thoughts on Pokemon? The game, the movie, the anime? Which one? But yes, I like Pokemon. Have I seen Osan Newbie Adventure? Indeed, I have. It was decent. What anime in your basement? Watch anime in your basement. Watch anime in your basement. What? Best Pokemon game. So the thing is, I have only played the OGs. So like Red, Blue, Yellow. I played Gold, Silver, Black 2, Z to A, and not a lot in between. Out of the games I played, I think Black 2 was the most fun, but like I think Yellow holds some special nostalgia for me. Have I watched Monsuno? I have not. Yuji is a goat in Modulo. I'm not reading Modulo, so you don't watch manga at all. No, I do not read manga at all, virtually. Pokemon or Digimon? Digimon. Watch anime in your basement. No one wants to see that. Again, don't know what to say to you. Accelerator, one of the best antagonists. Not for me, no. He's a good antagonist. I like him. Good character. Favorite? No. What do I think about Black Clover? I think it's pretty solid. OG Pokemon Stadium is fantastic. It still holds up today. I don't care. You ever watched Togenanki? I have not. Have I watched Monsuno? I already answered that. Do I like Junior Ito? I have not seen Junior Ito. Pick between pissing off Sasuke or Vegeta. So I'm gonna choose Sasuke because Vegeta will just blow up my entire planet. Pissing off Sasuke, he might just ignore me. Consecutism or Kant's moral interpretive. I'm not much of a philosophy expert. Sorry, I can't help you. Who do I think is smarter, Lelouch or Shikamaru? I'm gonna bet on Shikamaru. Majin Buu whoops both. I don't care who whoops who. It's all nonsense. Pikachu or Charizard? Uh, I mean, Pikachu has an advantage over Charizard. He's a flying type, so he'll take it critical. He'll take extra damage. Be friends with Kaido or Hanayama from Baki. Uh, I mean, you can't really be friends with Kaido because, like, I guess Hanayama. Because, like, yeah, I mean, I guess King is friends with Kaido. Still, I'm not gonna be friends with Kaido. Bonkai or Baki or Kinganashra. I haven't seen Kinganashra or read it. Shipping or power scaling, both are dumb, but I'll take shipping. Bad breath nerd, okay. Junji Ito is not junior, so it's okay. I just haven't seen it. What does Yuji get? When does Yuji get stronger? Soon enough, I guess. I don't really read the manga. Best element in Pokemon games to play with for me. Uh, so like, if we're talking aesthetically, I like dragons. If we're talking about like stats, I think my favorite type to play with is probably either electric or water. I think if we're talking aesthetics and dragon, if we're talking what I like to play with the most, probably water or electric types. What is the most overrated anime? Doesn't exist. Overrated is just how you perceive a show. It's personal preference. Send him to 2 to 3 years in Dangistan. Okay. Xeno or Tenton. I don't know who these are. Do I play Dokkan? No, I do not. I don't even know what that is. You guys are just naming a bunch of stuff I don't know. I'm sorry. I like you're just naming stuff I do not know. Best OG Pokemon starter. I am going to like here's the thing. I was a Charmander kid. I'll admit back in the day I was a Charizard fanatic like most people. The best manipulator in anime. I don't really like the whole in anime terms. I think it's kind of naive and silly. But if we're talking about a good manipulator, I'll say Johan is up there. I'll say Aizen is up there. Featherine is the strongest woman. I don't really care. It's all nonsense. Where do I get the One Piece filter? All my filters are over on the Tiki Talk. What is the last anime that made you cry? Probably. I want to eat your pancreas. Top shadow Pokemon. So like maybe what get. Oh, I don't know. If we're talking stats, I don't know. Oh, I don't know at all. I don't know Pokemon stats at all. Sungwin or Gojo? I like Sung Jinwoo more than Gojo. Have I seen the Fallout show? I'd like to. I just haven't had time. Why are you not walking? Because the treadmill's been sold. What Johan are we talking about? Johan from Monster. What anime do I think is the best at comedy? Aggressive Retsuko or Sakamoto Desuka are my top two. Favorite romance in Mass Effect? Tali. Tali Zorel. Easily. That clears. Definitely. Have you seen her ending? Favorite anime? Don't have one. I'll just say Brotherhood to give you something. Top three. I definitely don't have a top three. Yeah, rest in peace, treadmill. One, it was noisy, it was dusty. I do most of my walking outside, and right now we need the money. I need about $3,000. You should play Block Tales. Don't know what that is. It sounds like a Roblox game, and we do not play Roblox. You seem to not like Gojo. I don't hate Gojo. I just don't care for him. He's just like, yeah, he's okay. What do I think of season 3 of Epo? I love Epo start to finish, except for like the fan servicey, weird scenes there. That painting the black in the back looks really cool. There's actually 3: Black Clover, One Piece, and Astro Boy. I collect paintings every year. Yep, I don't play Roblox, but watch anime because I'm not a pedophile. Do I play Grounded 2? Nope, I do not have Grounded 2. Do I think Nanami's death was sad? Not yeah, I kind of like was I sad? Yes, but not like I didn't cry sad. But it was like, oh man, I liked him. You're pissing you off. Good, good. Are you excited for part 7 of JoJo's? I'm not even on part 5 yet. Have I completed some achievements around Pokemon games? What do you mean by like achievements? Because like I play Steam and Xbox, so like I know those achievements, but like what achievements are you talking about? Gintama's the best, and no, it wasn't for me. Couldn't do it. In the 4 minutes and 11 second. Okay. Favorite One Piece villain? Probably Doflamingo. I like Mahito more than Nanami, so to be honest, I think Mahito didn't deserve to die. I think he deserved to die in a much worse way than he did. He deserved far worse. Best dressed anime character? I do not know. I will say that if I was dressing for myself, I prefer Shanks' style. Why? Because it's somewhat classy, but also loose, comfortable. It's like he's got a nice jacket, he's got a dress shirt, kind of loose on him, so it's not restrictive. He's got a nice set of pants, so like I can move around in it. I can be comfortable, and I look reasonably good. Any of those Steam achievements in Pokemon? I don't have any Pokemon Steam games, so I don't know. The only Pokemon game I have is Zeta A and Pokemon Go. Anything Kubo for Fits? I love Nanami. I like Nanami. He's cool. Have I heard about the M50 tank? Nope, I'm not a tank expert. Do live pay? Do live streams pay me money? Pennies. I make virtually nothing off of these streams. It's mostly for you guys. The only time I make money off of these is when I get donations, and I never ask for those. I just ask that people subscribe and ideally follow on Twitch. I'm new to JJK Modulo. I'm not reading it, so I don't know anything that's going on there. I'm not a PDF. Who am I? But I'm not a pedophile. Who am I, David? What? I'm mostly separate from the artist. Sometimes you can, sometimes you can't, I think. You love okay, I get you like not so okay, I have to time you out because you're spamming chat. This is a no spamming chat. Come on, dude. It's not a hard rule. Don't spam chat. It's not complicated. Have I got a favorite captain from Bleach? I'll go with Kisuke. No, Kenpachi. Sorry, I'll go with Kenpachi. It's going to be fun. What's going to be fun? Thoughts on Monster? And yes, I finished it. It was very good, but the ending was fine. How did I feel about To Eternity Season 3? I'm struggling to finish it. Answer my question? I don't see your question, because the last question you asked was answer my question. Just watched Ippo to lose. It's okay, though. It's okay. Sometimes having the MC lose is a good thing. Maharaga the op stoppa would smack every verse. What are you talking about? Have I watched Beast Tamer? No, I have not. How much more battery? My phone is at 10%. There you go. My phone just went under 10%. Me and my friend are doing a JJK cosplay of Gojo, Geto, and Shoko. Very nice. Yeah, that does sound fun, actually. Group cosplays are cool. I don't read like Kai Cenat. I've never attended a Kai Cenat stream, so I don't know what that looks like. Anime characters who you can't stand? Rudius. Bro, you're such an anime geek. Thank you. I know you suggest anime based off of the person I like to, but give me a good random one. That's what I started doing because it's just not possible to keep up with chat when you do that. So I'm going to pick. You know what? Let's open the list. Where's my list? Did I accidentally close my list? I accidentally closed it. Okay, so I don't have that with me anymore. I'll pick up. I'll pick Metabots. Who's stronger, Kirito or Sunraku? Don't know. Doesn't matter. Like I don't even understand the interest. JoJo's or AOT JoJo's. Have you watched Troll Hunters? Nope. Doesn't seem interesting. I mean, I don't know what that is. If you mean like hunting internet trolls, I already have enough trolls in my chat. Someone said I look like a brown-haired version of Griffith. Is that a good thing? Griffith is generally considered a very good-looking person, despite being a murderous psychopath and a terrible person. They might just be calling you hot. I think Black Clover is the greatest new gen. I don't feel the same way, but I think it's really good. What's better, Full Metal or Vinland? For me, it's Full Metal, but like Vinland is also fantastic. I can't wait for Gachakuta season 2 and Fire Force season 3, part 2, episode 2. Goddamn, so many. Yeah, there's a lot of twos. Is Shangri-La Frontier SAO worth the watch? SAO was not for me. Shangri-La, I think, is worth the watch. Dororo, I still haven't seen. Give me the Building a Civilization anime, that not the known ones. Okay, well, I'll give you the ones that I know, like Log Horizon. I don't watch that many of those. Thoughts on Boruto? The anime was not very good. I'm hoping it gets better. Answer my question, are you good? Yes, we're good. Of course we're good. Am I on timeout? Nope, I see you right there. Was Jogo one of the best curses in JJK? I do like, yeah, Jogo was definitely one of the better curses. What's your favorite and least favorite One Piece arc? Wano and least favorite could either be probably Long Ring Longland. Now answer it. I just said I was good. What do you want from me? You're being annoying now, dude. You just said, are you good? I answered you. My God. Thoughts on Black Lagoon? Pretty good. Gachakuta? Pretty good. Best power progression? Best power progression? You mean like the best pacing of how the characters got stronger? How about romance? Also, not the known one since I've watched. If you think you've watched all the romance, let me tell you that you haven't. The Ice Guy and his cool female colleague. Higuma is goated character in JJK. I'm a Toto fan. Thoughts on Promise Neverland? Haven't seen it because I heard it fell off, so like I've been putting it off. Let's see. What's your top 3 new gen? I don't have a top 3 new gen because that's too broad. Makes no sense to me. Also, there's no timeline. There's no like I don't even know where to go with that one. I don't even know where to go with that one. Your estimated number of how many animes I've seen? Over 900. Thoughts on Fire Force? Starts off okay. So I love season 1. 2 was okay. 3 was okay. Well, 3 part 1 was okay. The current one is pretty good. You think there will ever be a new big 3? Not to my knowledge. I don't see it happening. Opinions on dub? Why? What do you mean? Dub, sub, it's the same stuff. Listen to what you like. Watch out, Don't Play With Me? What did I do? What's an anime that started really good but then ending was bad? Tokyo Ghoul. Do I have a best anime you've watched? I don't have a best anime that I've watched. I usually just say Brotherhood just to give you something, but I don't have a favorite series. Most overrated anime. Again, that question makes no sense to me because it means comparing your opinion to something. Like maybe someone in chat could answer this for me. You guys keep asking underrated or overrated, this or that, whatever. Whose ratings are you comparing your opinion to? Like, you got to be comparing it to something. Whose ratings are you comparing it to? Something good to watch? So here's the thing. General opinions is so vague that doesn't tell me anything. Because the only time I interact with people is my chat. And if my chat just asks me, what are my ratings on it? Like, I don't know how you guys rate it. You guys just ask me how I rate things. I don't know where you rate it. So, like, I need some frame of reference. That's what I mean. Like if you're asking me to rate something, I need a comparison. What kind of woman is my type? I don't want a woman. I want a sandwich. What's Brotherhood? Brotherhood is it's the remake of Full Metal Alchemist. So Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood. What anime do I think has too much hype? Give anime all the hype. Let them be hype. I think Brotherhood is fantastic. Like here's the thing. Why would I try to discourage people from hyping up a series that they love? If you love a series, give it all the love you want. Which anime were you expecting more than let you down? Seven Deadly Sins. Which anime were I expecting? Any anime you started but couldn't finish. Oh, I have dropped so much. I have dropped so much. Uh, Code Geass for one. What would you rate an AOT out of 10 being the best thing you've ever seen? It's nowhere near a 10. It's not my vibe. It's a good story, just not my vibe. So it's like, if we're talking enjoyment, thank you, Button, for the heart. If we're talking enjoyment, then it's like under an 8. If we're talking how good the writing is, then it's probably closer to a 9. Dropping Code Geass equals jail time. Oh, then I'm about to really piss you off because I'm not done yet. I dropped Steins Gate. I dropped Evangelion. I dropped what else have I dropped? DXD. One anime character you'd bring back to life. Odin. Odin. What genre anime do I like the most? I like cozy stuff the most. Cozy is my vibe. What is your favorite power system, Nen or Alchemy? So you have failed as a Toby fan, as a Toto fan. I like Toto. Can we do a JJK tier list? I mean, if you want to do one in chat right now, you can. But I also only my phone's going to be dead soon, so I don't know if we have time to do a full JJK tier list. Thorfinn or Musashi? Thorfinn. High School DxD's peak? Not for me. Thank you, Button, for the 20 roses and the 4 fingers. He also dropped Conan. Yeah, no, yeah, of course I did. Favorite romance? Snow White with red hair. Odin wouldn't be Odin if it wasn't boiled. Exactly. Just say Odin, let's go. Of course I'm raising. Because most characters that have died either on their own terms or or because like it drove the plot forward. I'd say Odin's death was also pretty relevant to like. I'd say it's pretty important to drive the story forward, but like he died in such an unfortunate and tragic situation that I want to bring him back. Also, like little reunion with him and like with his kids. Zuko or Thorfinn character development, I would say probably Zuko or both are tens. Both are tens. You think Thorfinn has the best character development in anime? No, I think he's among the best. Like, it's a 10. I just don't know if I'd give it like number 1. Hardworking Asta or Thorfinn, both are very hardworking. I don't know, guys. Why do you do this? Why do you make it sound like what like these guys don't work hard? Come on. Bring back Jiraiya or Itachi or Minato. Uh, Itachi, no, he's died twice. Like, let him rest in peace. He's had enough. Jiraiya, fair enough. Minato, he's also died twice. Like, let him go. Let him go. Who has the saddest backstory? Kuma for me. Evangelion is just fan service. I wouldn't even know. I dropped it before I got fan servicey. Give me a not known romance. Okay. I already gave Snow White with red hair. Yeah, Snow White with red hair. Better swordsman, Yami or Zoro? I'd say Zoro. Which one's better? I don't know what you're. I lost it. Best animation? Probably Violet Evergarden. Would it be wiser to save Erwin than Armin? I'm Team Erwin. I'm Team Erwin. Who do I think? Who do I like more, Roger or Whitebeard? I think. Here's the thing: we get more content from Whitebeard, but I think I align with Roger a little bit more. I think I align with Roger a little bit more. MHA is overrated. Don't care. I like MHA. Are you expecting the animation of Black Clover to be much better than the previous one? So my standard is that as long as it's equal to or better, as long as it doesn't fall off, right? Just maintain what you've already done or go better. Thoughts on Free Run? I think it's fantastic. It sent me to the start. Sent me to the start of the live without me realizing. Don't even worry about it. Most of fan service is Fire Force. Most fan service is Fire Force. There's worse shows than Fire Force, but it is fan servicey. What's your thoughts on Black Clover season 2? You mean when it comes out? I'm looking forward to it. What is your take on anime with long names? I don't really care. Like, it doesn't bother me. I don't think it's necessary, but it doesn't bother me. I think it makes it annoying to track them. Do you think that JoJo men are smashable? I don't smash anybody. Best villain, Griffith or Johan? I prefer Johan, but I also haven't gone very far into Berserk. The 97 version does not go very far. Fire Force don't even scratch the surface. In terms of like the worst, yeah, it's not even the worst. Fan service is bad since you're over 18 because they're under. Fan service is just annoying. It's just annoying. I don't want it. Worst One Piece arc, Long Ring Longland. Can I recommend an anime with crime genre? Erased. Worst One Piece arc, I already answered that. Favorite character in Ippo, it's Ippo. Fullmetal Alchemist, it's a 10 on 10. I mean, Soul Eater also gets fan service at times, but there is some, yeah, again, there's way worse. There's way worse. Best villain in One Piece, I'd say Doflamingo. Best antagonist in Yu Gi Oh! Seto Kaiba? I mean, if we're count, are we count? I guess we have to focus on like what Pegasus, and then like Kaiba's brother Merrick, the Oracia, the Orichalcos guy, Bakura. Uh, I. What about? I mean, Seto Kaiba's an antagonist. What do you mean? Seto Kaiba's a direct opposition to you. I mean, he's a comrade sometimes. He's more like back and forth. He's more like back and forth. He's an ally sometimes and an opponent the others. So like I guess Pegasus. What anime should I watch that isn't too popular but good? I'd say who cares about popularity? Find something that catches your interest, and that's all that matters. Don't focus on popularity. Like that, I think you guys ask this way too much. I get you're trying. You probably think you've seen every mainstream show, but like, just find something that's interesting, like Beyblade, Metabot, Zatch Bell, whatever. Have I watched 86? I have not. I don't think Uta's a fraud. When are we getting back to ranking? Ranking what? You mean like ranking lives? Probably not. Maybe during these kind of lives, but who would win Zabuza with a Sharingan or Madara or Madara? Do Madara. Just enter the stream to give a chance to people who are small content creators like you. Could you explain? I mean, I'm a small creator by yeah, I'm a small creator, but I'm not like a baby channel. If you're trying to help people who have like 100 subs, like I'm just an anime fan talking to other anime fans about different series. Favorite D&D anime apart from Freeren? D&D. I mean, I don't even consider like Freeren that D&D ish. There's like Dungeon Meshi, I guess. Could Sukuna beat all the Hashiras? I don't know. Mike Guy 8 Gates would smoke any One Piece character. No, here's the thing. I think all power scaling like that is silly. So if you have a great time doing it, go for it. If the Hunter x Hunter anime continues, it will surpass the Bleach and become third best anime of all time. If you think the big three refers to the best anime of all time, you don't know what the big three is. What are your thoughts on JJK so far? I'm enjoying it. Luffy or Naruto? I like Luffy's writing more. I like Naruto's personality more. When are we getting back to ranking? I don't know if we are. Snatch Belt. I don't know how to. Zatch Bell. Zatch Bell. Pull your hair back. Want to see your hairline? That is my hairline. Why did Itachi kill his clan? In order to prevent a coup. Who is stronger, Luffy or Shanks? Shanks. When do you think they're gonna go out the third season of Vinland Saga? Probably at least a year or two. Who's tougher, Madara or Benimaru? I like Madara more. Have I watched Asterisk War? I think I have. I think I have. Also, my phone is at 2%, so I'm going to be ending the live soon. Don't forget to follow on Twitch, guys. Don't forget to follow on Twitch. What are your thoughts on Monster and the writing? Overall, fantastic. The ending was okay, though. Bleach is the best of the big three. You can have any favorite you want, man. Goku or Saitama? I think that question is dead. Do you think season 4 of Ippo will ever come out? I sadly do not think so. How tall? 5'9". Naya or Sanji? I don't remember who Naya is, so I will say Sanji. Favorite Straw Hat's going to be Zoro. Do I think One Piece has the best story? I would say yes. Chat, should I watch Vinland Saga? I would say so. I think it's very good. Personal favorite in the big three, my goodness. Naruto's anime, Bleach's manga, One Piece's story. Itachi or Madara? I'll say Madara. Can CC Goku versus Featherine? I think it's ridiculous. Not just who wins, but like, I think I think those questions are ridiculous. Have I watched JoJo's Bizarre Adventure? I finished the first 4 parts. It's really good. I know what the big three are, but I also rate the best. So like, okay, so it's personal ratings then. Okay. So you just happen to find the big three are your favorite three. Okay, different situation. Okay, I understand. Shinra versus One Piece. I have no idea because I just don't do that stuff. Have I watched Welcome to Demon School Iruma-kun? I have not. What other anime characters do I think would have been able to solve the Kira case? Shikamaru, Lelouch, a whole bunch really. Meruem. What's your favorite anime? I don't have one. I just say Brotherhood to make people happy. What anime are you watching right now? About 15 different series, including like Dungeon Meshi, Campfire, oh, not Campfire Cooking, Pokemon, Fate, have I Sentenced to Be a Hero, Akira, I haven't seen yet. Can you explain why I don't like Steins Gate? I just got so bored I can't get through the first episode. I fell asleep 3 times, couldn't do it. Is Dragon Ball over bloated? You mean like too much content? There's series with more content than Dragon Ball. There's series with a lot more content than Dragon Ball. Have I seen Akira? I have not. Death Note was short but perfect. I don't think it was perfect by any means. The Pokemon, Skunkunk versus Yamcha, Yamcha. To Your Eternity and Hajime no Ippo. This guy knows so much ball. I've been at this for a while, but like, To Your Eternity is pretty mainstream. Is Dragon Ball just screaming all the? No, Dragon Ball is more than just screaming. The Pokemon. I already answered that one. Also, my phone is at. Oh, damn, my phone's about to turn off. Okay, last like 3 comments and I gotta go. Don't forget to follow on Twitch, guys. What about Solo Leveling? I finished it twice. It's pretty fun. Why is it called the Big Three? Because they were the top three series that dominated Shonen Jump during the early 2000s. Do I think AOT is goose? I don't think it's a goose. I think it's pretty fun. I like the writing. Didn't love the story that much. Snazzy, thank you for the follow. Best bald headed character. Okay, now I'm running out of time. Meruem is technically bald. Can I be the final comment? You can be the final comment on here, but I'm ending like right now. Rate Dr. Stone around an 8. Do I think AOT is good? Technically, yes. For how you feel about Clannad, thank you. I think it's great. Okay, I do have to go. See you guys later. Follow on Twitch. Peace out.